Welcome back to Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth. And this is part 2 of episode 14. And we're starting at scene 2. Yes, you heard us right. We got a little carried away with things that we didn't even want to talk about. Every time someone walks into this room and says, I don't have much for this show tonight, we have a 17-hour show. And I did it. It's my fault. I jinxed us and I apologize.
No, I think I think that when we say, you know, we don't have a lot to talk about this episode, maybe if we were to look back at those episodes that we said these things about, it's because there's this massive underlying issue that like cannot seem to get resolved, and it's annoying us. And so nothing else is really happening because like this thing is eating up the whole episode. But if it's a long-term unresolved thing, clearly it's not simple. There is a lot to say about it. So I think that's what it is.
I'm with her. I think you're right.
What do you think?
Yeah,
what we don't have anything to say because we've said it all. So we just ramble and try to fill time and think of things to say and say more stuff.
I'm not doing that.
We just talked for an hour and 45 minutes about nothing. Literally a scene.
I would beg to differ, and I think the people that watch us would beg to differ. The what you call rambling is us working our thoughts out. This is a very female thing. Women do this. We need to work our shit out.
This is true, but also there is more of a divide on Janet this year than there has ever been. Like, like people are coming around because they're starting to be like, okay, Danny, I like they're just out on him, and so now they're more open to what she's saying. And it's not that the things that she is saying cannot be true. I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying it doesn't mean that they can't be true. But it just doesn't make her more right to me. The way she's handled everything from the jump of meeting this bitch she's not my person. So whatever Danny does, I find it easy to hold him separately. But I think that people are giving her a little more attention because they're seeing him in ways that they don't like. They don't appreciate him. They're not down for him. So they're like, no, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
But she wasn't our friend, and she still isn't. I'm here to tell you, do not.
Yeah, I can dislike them both.
Yeah.
That's where I am right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Zack, Benji, Melissa, and Jasmine hang out in the pool as Lacy arrives. They mention that Janet sent Brittany a random text about some bad behavior that's a brewing. Lacy says, can't they just all get off Danny's neck?
Interesting thing popped into my head. And this is going to sound so weird if you did happen to watch the first episode. Good for you. Congratulations. You're a stronger man or person than I. But also, if you're new here, it will seem weird. And if you're not new here, it will seem right, Mike coded. The part of me is like, wants to go and pull all these people and be like, you guys, let it go. Stop talking about it and let him bury himself. He's going to do it. He's going to keep drinking. He's going to keep doing grab ass. He's going to keep being a weirdo, and don't just let it. He's on camera all the time. Let the cameras film it. Let them pick it up. Let him bury himself.
Exactly.
To which my alter ego would say, but Mike, he's done that for 14 episodes now, and nobody seems to be buying it. So I'm on the fence with that. But there's a part of me that's like, why are they on his neck? Yeah, actually, you know what? Good point. Let's let it go. Let's not bring it up again. And I bet Danny would relax, and I bet he'd be like, huh, they let it go.
Won.
Oh, sweet. I skated through that one. Yeah. And blow it within days if it took that long.
Totally. I would love to see that. Love. Big fan. Take that note, please. Someone over at the Valley.
Yeah.
I also think what's interesting about Lacy's comment is we all like Lacy, right?
Yeah.
And Zack chimes in, and we all like Zack. And Chris, and I like Luke, and Luke chimes in. And then you got Janet sticking up for you. And Janet's just not my coupé.
She's doing a disservice to this whole thing. It's like nobody ordered, like she's probably like, don't kill the messenger. And it's like, nobody ordered this courier service and we've been billed for it 72 times now. Like,
or by the way, it's like, no, I'm actually fine with the message. The messenger is who's annoying me. So in this case, I actually do want to kill the messenger.
I have a restraining order against the messenger. Stay off my front lawn, bitch.
It's just interesting when Lacy says something like that. It just kind of pulls me back to this place of, okay, a lot of people that I do like on this show are and again, I think Danny's behavior is piss poor. I have said it from last season. Danny needs to look at his drinking. My girlfriend Melanie, the one who says projection disclaimer that we have adopted here, she's had said something to me about him yesterday, and I wish I could remember the term. She goes, there's something where you're not an addict, like you don't have the disease of alcoholism, but there's another term for it. And I think maybe that's where Danny falls into it. Melanie, what is it? Can I phone a friend? I'll get back to you next week.
People have said it in the because we've asked this question multiple times, and people have answered the question multiple times. And I wish I could remember all of your answers, but I can't
Either. I know it's
well,
so
that's
annoying.
the thing.
It's
Also,
like
is that we've
alcohol
gotten
abuse
a bunch of
syndrome or
answers.
something like that.
None of them have felt like the right one for me. You know, we
Keep
all
trying, guys.
Yeah. They've not. I feel like there's a simpler term for this. That's, I mean, it's the switch. It's a switch, and that to me is the simplest way to say it, is that some people have a switch, but it doesn't mean that they're waking up and pounding a bottle of vodka. It just means that like they've got a chemical imbalance of some sort that like have this and it flips a switch on.
I'm going to text her and ask just to see if we get it before the end of the episode. The next scene up is Luke, Lala, and Brittany release sea turtles. Brittany asks how Kristen is doing. Luke says better this morning. And then Brittany just kind of goes in to back Kristen again, saying, listen, as someone who's had a child, this postpartum stuff is no joke. And your body feeling so foreign is a real trip, to say the least. I also just want to say, if anyone has ever gotten the extreme pleasure and honor of releasing sea turtles, it is one of the most fun, sweet things ever. And sometimes they'll like crawl over a foot, or like you'll help one out of the little bin. They feel like gummy bears. They're so little and cute.
Gummy bears?
Yeah, easier for the Seahawks to eat and the little
but it is
guys
so
to
nuts.
nibble on. I think that they did a disservice to those little turtles. Those turtles are supposed to go, they're supposed to climb from way back where mom buried them in the sand at night, and they're supposed to struggle and go a distance, and that's how you become a turtle. You don't get taken 80% of the way down the beach, and then the water's right there. You have nothing to grow on, no history, no experience, and then gobbled. All of them
That's
gobbled.
a nice theory, but it's actually scientifically incorrect. This is what has helped repopulate the sea turtles.
That's a boomer for you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. I
I'm
think
telling
that's
you, it
fake
is.
news. What does that mean? You were telling me. What does that mean?
It means
I'm
that
telling you
sea
it's
turtles
not.
were
So what
in
is, like-
decline before they started doing things like this. And they don't dump them into, okay, don't come
Look
for
it
me.
up.
I have done
settle
this
it.
multiple times, once in
Good for
Costa
you.
Rica and once in Mexico. And the turtles, when they're let out, they're not dumped into the ocean. It's like they just know, because it's instinctually in them from being dinosaurs and millions of years of life on this planet. What they do is they let them get, so that birds and stuff don't come and eat the eggs. They let them get hatched and born in these safe environments. And people at night walk up and down the beach with red lights so that it keeps the prey away. Because for some reason, I can't remember why, the red light keeps the prey away. And then when they're ready, they put them on the beach and they...
turtles are attracted to white lights, and so they'll go towards the street lights and get run over by cars.
The red light is what keeps the predators away. Don't yuck my yum. It's so sweet. I love it. Anyway, moving on. Luke,
Just watch a show about this,
I
where the
don't-
whole town turns their lights red because the turtles go towards the white light and get run over by cars.
I watched a show about this.
oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you, sorry. I misheard you.
Doesn't
Yes.
Moving on.
The red light does something to help the turtles. How
scene
about that? I
2.
could be totally wrong, but I just know they do the red lights because it helps the turtles live, and then they can dump them in the ocean, and it's very sweet.
Seems
And
like
your skin.
participation trophy turtles to me is all I'm saying.
If anyone is wondering if their red light mask is working, it is, because I didn't use mine for a month, and then I started using it again, and I stare at myself on a screen all day, and wow, it totally works. Buy one.
Yeah.
A good one.
Yeah, the Dennis Gross one's a good one. I'm sure there's better ones now. I just got that one a long time ago.
Here's somebody get the Omnilux. That's
Oh, I'm
what I
sure that
got.
one's even better.
I don't know, man, but I feel like a lot of people out there are wondering if this thing's working. It's working.
Everybody swears by it. Taylor Swift put her cat under a red light every day, and the cat lived to like 110.
Yeah. There's so much of this shit out there that I just know that we're all going to be finding out soon enough, because the robots are going to tell us.
Yeah.
You can't have these robots here and expect them not to tell us the things that we have never known. I can't wait to wait to have the money to get a red light tanning bed. it's not a tanning bed, but it looks like a
Oh,
tanning
yeah,
bed,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
where like you're just getting in it for 20 minutes a day and just,
Getting red lighted up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's, all the athletes are doing it. I think Tom Brady maybe started it, or he had the pajamas. I think he has pajamas and sleeps in the red light thing. These guys they're doing their peptides. LeBron James is probably gonna play basketball for another 10 years.
I still haven't started my peptides, if anyone was wondering.
Minnie has.
Okay, sorry. I texted Melanie, so we will see what the term was that she said that I'm sure everybody else said in our comments that we're just not remembering. But we can't text everyone in the comments. Okay, Nia, Jesse, Michelle, Kristen, and Janet go shopping. Jesse and Michelle talk about getting Isabella a gift together, which was so sweet. I also really loved that Jesse said, oh yeah, that Mexican outfit that she got from your mom, she really loves. I thought that was very sweet of him to say.
Everything about that, yeah. Their whole time together here, and the conversation gets wonky a little bit, but like.
But I appreciated it. Like, so we get there really quickly. So Michelle tells Jesse that she's happy that they're getting along and she wants this energy to stay when Lacy gets there. And Jesse's like, that's on you, which, okay, no, you're in it together. So let's be a team, Jesse. And Michelle says, it's on us. And it's just not easy for me to see this. And Jesse says, well, I mean, he said it in the confessional that, well, I had to watch you and Aaron making out and all of this stuff, which is totally fair. I think where it shifts a little bit is Jesse, I don't remember him saying anything to Michelle like, hey, it really bothers me, or it's very hard for me to see you guys kiss and be affectionate. And so Michelle's speaking up for herself here. And I hope that, I think he heard it. And I think I'm hopeful that they're going to get into a really good place.
I think they're in a fine place already.
Oh, no, they are. I just mean like from the beginning of this season when she's yelling, divorce me, to now, they're in such a lovely place. I could see them even being like, when she's in a relationship and he's in his relationship, maybe celebrating Thanksgiving together so Isabella could have both of her parents under the same roof for a holiday. Like I could see them really getting to a nice place.
Do you think it's valid of her asking him to not be so affectionate in front of her?
I do.
But like, even though he had to deal with it?
Well, she didn't know it bothered him because he never told her.
But what does that have to do with anything? Like she didn't know it bothered him. She didn't know that not even being divorced from a dude that you just left and being with a new dude so quickly that it was a storyline that like, did you? But you were with him, right? You guys would do Runyon can't look. Okay, I'm just trying to, like, that was a storyline. Are we going to sit here and be like, oh, you were bothered when I made out with a guy that you thought I was cheating on you with? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I wish you had told me that. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that she's allowed to speak up for herself and say like, hey, we're in a better place. I want these good vibes to keep going. If I'm being honest, this is hard for me. And if you could just like keep it at a minimum, that would be really great. I don't think she said it in like a I'm coming for you way or in a nasty way.
No,
I think she's allowed to say that.
Okay.
I think that she's being a little, okay. Like my note is basically that she's very interesting to me right now. I think that she is saying a lot that like on any other day, or if I didn't like her, or if I was already used to her and whatever, it would have me kind of rolling my eyes, because I do think that she's asking things that it's like, lady, you literally did all of this, and your kid was telling him I love you, and like you moved him into the house, and like this was, and it was with a guy that was like a didn't they hook up before this?
Too soon.
But I'm so desperate. It was like when we met Lacy, and I'm like, she could be a pile of trash for all I know, but like I'm so desperate for like a new person here. Michelle right now feels to me like a brand new girl. Like I've never met this Michelle. I've never seen her this vulnerable. I'm just like grateful that she's actually saying what's on her mind. There's some horse shit in there, but like it's fine. It's better than just like her, like them fighting. Like her saying to him like, it's hard for me to see this, is like so fucking vulnerable. And like she's been a hard ass.
Totally. And I thought she said, I don't think listen, of course, everything that he had to watch was a bummer for him. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. They never had the conversation because they were always at each other's throats. And I just appreciated that she said it in a way that didn't seem like she was coming for him.
Yeah.
And she explained why it hurt her. And she said, I really like that we're getting along now. It just seemed like two adults communicating, and we can't go back and change how she acted or the fact that he saw all of this, or the way that he yelled at her and called her a whore and all of this stuff. But in this moment, I like that they're able to communicate nicely.
In a perfect world, she would have prefaced that whole thing with, what I'm about to say, you're going to laugh at this.
Yep.
We're all going to have a good chuckle about it. And just know I'm eating crow right now. And here I am. And here it goes. I understand now what you must have been going through, because it's happening to me right now. I am so sorry. And I'm still going to ask you.
Totally.
If you could do me a solid.
Yeah.
I just want to have a nice vacation. And like, I'm already have anxiety from just knowing that she's landing right now. And that like we're having a great time right now. And I just want to keep the good times rolling.
Yeah.
So like, again,
What if-
how funny, you know, but
What if-
Lols.
I just want to end that with, but this is such a huge, gigantic step from where we were that I'm like, this is great. I'll take it, you know?
Same.
So that's where I'm at.
I'm with you.
What if Jesse equally perfectly said back, I appreciate you telling me that. I totally understand what you're saying, but I'm afraid I can't do that to Lacy. I'm not going to jeopardize, or I'm not going to take away her experience because you feel a type of way. We are not together. You begged me crying to divorce you. I have done that. I am now with a new woman. I love where we're at. I think I would love to continue this relationship in this space that we're in. But I'm not going to do that.
Then I would, sorry.
No, please.
I would respond, I get that it's a big ask because this is a vacation for you guys. And I'm not saying to like not love each other and be connected. It just is something that makes me super sad. And as people who have a history, that's why I was asking. If you can't do that, I kind of want to know, is it personal because of a reason that you're not expressing?
Are we
'Cause it
role
seems
playing?
pointed.
I'm just
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't prepared to role play. I'm giving
because
the
then he could
perfect answer scenarios that you guys often give. Is what should have happened is this. What if that happened and he did and he doesn't want to tell her why? Like, what if it doesn't matter? What if it's not for her to ask?
But then he has
It's for her to say.
because
She has a right to say it, to be
Yes.
like, listen, I feel uncomfortable when this happens. You didn't do that with me, and that's why I feel uncomfortable. Cool. She doesn't have a right to ask him to stop doing it.
she can, well, first of all, she can do whatever she wants, but she can say that to him and he can then respond back saying exactly what he said, or saying, I'm not going to do this at all because this is my girlfriend. I'm in love with her. I want to celebrate that. And then they can, if they have good communication, then she can say, well, that feels kind of intense. Like, why would you say that? And then he could respond saying, because I had to watch you do all of this with Aaron and it really broke my heart. And then maybe she would say, fair enough. And I was being selfish and I wasn't even thinking that. Like, it
She
doesn't
wouldn't, because then she would be like, so it's a revenge? You're only making out with her to get back at me? That's what she would say if he said that. So like this, it's a silly ask. It's not a silly feeling. It's not a silly emotion. It's silly to ask your ex-husband, who you went on vacation with, you're on a show with, you signed that paper too, you begged for the divorce, to say, hey, don't, when you're around me, don't be touchy-feely and emotional, and don't show love to this new woman that you love. That's a pretty wild ask.
I don't think she said don't show love. She was just like,
No, she didn't, Courtney.
no, I know, but when you frame it in a certain way, it's skewing what actually happened. So she didn't say don't show love to your girlfriend. She just said if you could not be as affectionate.
You've never done that to me. You've never been affectionate. You've never shown me that kind of love. You never were touchy-feely with me. She did not say those words, but we talk about insinuation all the time. We talk about what should have been and the perfect this and the perfect that. So like, just work with me a little bit. That's what she was saying. Please don't be affectionate. Show her love. Do the things with her that you never did with me. That's what she was asking. Like, that's what she was asking. And I think that's a wild ask for an ex-husband. That's a wild ask to me.
It's a wild ask if you expect him to just hand it over immediately and like just give in. Exactly. I'll do whatever you want, no problem, because that's not real, but that's also not Jesse. Jesse's not handing anything over to anyone except for maybe Lacy. I don't know. He seems like a completely different person with this girl. It would be lovely for Jesse, and this is how I know, why I feel like he hasn't really grown in the real world. I think that he is working a different way with this woman because I think that they have a night and day dynamic, and that's another thing we'll talk about later. It would be great if Jesse had enough maturity and growth to go, that's in his inner dialogue to have a little moment to himself and go, this is a wild ask. This is so ironic. Like, this is crazy, right? Is anyone else? Okay. But I am really digging this, like, great co-parenting lately. We're getting this dress. She's going to love it. We have had a nice lunch. It's like everything is so different. I would love to see Jesse go, I don't know what to say right now, but I'm going to just tell her I'm going to do my best because I want this vibe to stay. And if I can do something, and I might mention it to Lacy, I might not, I might just maneuver in a way that like we aren't always around Michelle, just use some strategy, some human strategy, of like just keeping it out of her face or whatever. And just giving her that answer of like, I'll see what I can do, and like, and just appreciating.
That's my tan light, Minnie.
We can't go without it now. It'll be like.
By the way, he got back to me and said, "Yeah, yo, I put in the request. You should get a text tonight confirming have fun for Saturday."
Oh, nice.
I'll text Harris too and let him know.
Did he write back and say that's still?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it was a big ask from her. But it was also a big leap towards a vulnerability that I've never seen before. So I loved it. And it would be in that moment, that's when I would have said, Jesse has grown, because he would have just had it in him to acknowledge that this is so healthy. It's way better than it was. And our daughter's only going to benefit from it. I'm only going to benefit from it because I'm not going to be like bitching and complaining about, oh my God, you can't believe what Michelle said to me today, because I feel like when he gets home with Lacy, sometimes they probably talk a lot about things that Michelle said today. They're like, can you believe what you said today,
For reference, we talked at the last bit of the last episode, which 0 people watched, if these people have grown. I don't think they've grown. I was more referencing the drinking. Like, it is something I've been thinking about the last few episodes when everybody's like, well, everybody's drinking. And I'm thinking like, I don't feel like people are drinking, but they're not getting to the point where they did last year. And yeah, maybe that's because of Lacy. Maybe that's because Jesse doesn't have a Michelle to be aggressive to. Maybe it's because Brittany doesn't have a Jax to solve her to drink her problems away, or whatever. So it could be a lot of those things. But it seems like right now, the only one with a drinking issue this season seems to be Danny, and Danny's not even really drinking that much, but yet he seems to be the only one with the issue. Maybe Zack, you got to
maybe Jasmine
dial it back a little.
And Melanie did get back to us. A really good phone a friend. Disordered drinking.
I'm not feeling it.
Exactly. Another one that wasn't in the list of the 37.
It really hit when she said it to me. I was like, that feels good.
What are you doing?
I think I'm going back to just the switch. It flips a switch. Like that is, I think just for me is the most like, it has nothing to do with like a pattern of like an addiction. I wake up, I'm arranging my life to have, I'm hiding to do this. Like, why are you messing with her?
I'm not. I'm just touching her and she's being a weirdo.
Oh, okay, Danny. I get it. You thought it was cool. I get it. You thought you had that kind of relationship.
No, she consented.
She clearly did not.
Then took it back.
Okay, wait. So disordered drinking, I guess it actually is a term. I didn't know. She's real smart. So sometimes she makes things up and I'm like, oh, that should be a thing.
I'm sure that all of those terms are something. I'm just saying, I'm looking for a word that I'm going to be like, that's it. Like, that's the one.
Totally. I'm trying to figure out if this resonates with me further. Disordered drinking refers to an unhealthy relationship with alcohol that falls short of formal alcohol use disorder diagnosis, but still causes distress. It often involves binge drinking, using alcohol to cope with emotions, or drinking in ways that negatively impact your daily life, relationships, or physical health. Loss of control, emotional relevant, social impact, unsafe behavior, preoccupation. Okay, maybe I might be still into this for him. But let's see the other terms. I'd like to see my options again.
No, that definition is exactly what it is. I'm just looking for a word that like rolls
Scratches
off
the itch.
tongue and like, yeah.
So they just end the scene with walking down to the beach. Jesse cannot pull his pants up because they too tight. And Kristen and Michelle go skinny dipping in the ocean. And this is when Janet really just is falling all over herself over how beautiful Michelle is and how much she thinks she has the most perfect body, which, by the way, Michelle is beautiful and does have a banging
All
bod.
the things.
It would be like, listen, I always say this. I never met a compliment I didn't like. I think, and maybe because you're not bisexual, but like if I was skinny dipping and you were just like, oh, Courtney, those tits, that ass, I would be like, it's a little awkward. I wish I knew you better.
Yeah.
Not because I can't, like, I don't give a shit. Let's shake them if you got them. Thank you for liking my ass, my legs, whatever. I don't know. It just also feels so
false. This is not natural. This is not her. She is not even close to being cool enough to fuck bitches. Like, absolutely not. This is a whole dog and pony show for Janet. She's throwing shit at the wall. Every episode, she's throwing shit. Why did I just keep talking?
Good question.
Because you thought it would stop. It's not my.
Have you seen those the videos where the girls do the dances? No, okay, you've seen it.
I've seen ones where the cats dance.
Oh, it's the same thing.
I texted Harris Saturday. I'm just waiting to get a text. I don't think. Thanks.
You did it. You gave him one look, and
that's
they were
right.
Like,
they knew.
Sorry,
they
bro.
knew. Dad stood up.
Yeah.
After this, it's a quick.
Well, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What were you saying about Janet
you were
being
saying
a dumb bitch?
That also, I don't think I said that yet, but yeah, you're a dumb bitch, Janet. Yeah, not cool enough, and this is just it's to me such a story for her. It just is so premeditated and so thinks it's going to get her some points, and like I don't buy it. It's worse. She's only made it worse because I don't believe it. And I also think, yeah, if you really are feeling that way about Michelle, I don't know. I'd like to know if Michelle's okay with that. You know, I feel like Janet would like to know if some people are okay with what they're okay with. Oh wait, do you have Janet stuff? Because I have one more thing for this.
Yeah,
scene.
no, I'm gonna keep riding the Janet train because it's fun and people are gonna love it in the comments. But what if I'm gonna ride the what if Janet Express? What if Michelle talked to Janet and was like, oh man, it really makes me sad. He was never that way with me. And when Lacy comes around, he's that way with her. And it makes me feel like, am I not pretty enough? Am I not this? Or was I not that? Was he not attracted to me? Did he not love me? Blah, 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 blah. And Janet has mentioned before that she's maybe into chicks and that she would be down for threesomes. Like this isn't a new thing that Janet just all of a sudden said to Zack one day, right? She's mentioned it before.
When she was trying to get on a show.
Fine, but she insinuated whether it's true or not. But like, what if this is just Janet being like, I'm gonna hype up my girl? A little weird. Not saying it's not, but what if it's just that?
Oh,
What
That's
if
nice.
it's like if you were at the beach and you just went through a breakup and the new dude was with the chick and you had this feeling of like, I'm 6 foot banger and this guy wouldn't touch me, like with my weird, like you had those feelings and you guys went on vacation, all of you would be like, and that's my girl. Look at that hottie right there with the like they
That'd
would
be
all
lovely
right
if she did it.
And that would be normal, totally normal behavior. What if that's what Janet was doing?
You don't have to tell everyone that you're bisexual and that if you would sleep with Michelle if you like. It's a
layer. It's another layer of icing.
What
I don't know.
cake.
That's a bridge too far for me. I would never.
She didn't say she
make
wanted to
up
bang
a sexual
anybody
orientation,
else.
or fake sexual orientation. I would just be like, Nat's banging.
But that's what I'm saying. What if it's not fake? What if she is down to bang chicks? That's not.
Let's see it.
Now that.
Yeah, but by the way,
man.
then I said it last episode. You know how you could know someone, you work with them, whatever, that they're in your friend circle, and this person just really annoys you, and then all of a sudden you find out he's gay, and you're like, love Tom.
Yeah.
Tom's the best. Gay Tom. I love Tom. He's my best friend.
Yeah.
I feel like if Janet it just came out and she was like, and I'm yay. And I get that you can be bisexual. I don't like her as a bisexual woman right now. So I think maybe if she came out and said I was a lesbian, I'd be like, I'm here for Janet. I think something would turn.
If she would have gone full les, I'd be like, oh, hell yes. This changes everything. Bisexual, it's so easy. First of all, I think that it's greedy.
We joke about that all the time. Like, you're not bisexual, you're just greedy.
And there's no, you don't have to commit. There's no commitment here.
Yeah.
I'm either or. It's all about the person, even though 99.9999% are dudes.
That's right. Name them.
Pixar, it didn't happen, bitch.
I want to see who it is.
But what
Name
if
'em.
you're
What
if you're bisexual growing up, right? And then you, let's just for this instance, right? If you're a female bisexual and you end up marrying a man, right? Then you're not then you're committed to your husband, your partner, right? Like at that point, then. But you're still bisexual, but you're not going to hook up with chicks because you're married or do whatever the scenario is, right? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm asking.
No, it is. But I think what Natalie's saying is she believes Janet, let's say Janet's hooked up with 100 people. She believes 1.5 of those were women. So does that really a bisexual make?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, got you.
So that's, yeah.
I feel like most women, now I never have, just haven't. But
You've
I
never
feel
hooked up with a chick once?
No, I've never even kissed. One time, my friend Melissa totally tried to make out with me. She was wasted, but just came in for it. And I believe that she did it because she knew.
SA'd you?
She SA'd me.
Just kidding.
I believe that she did it because she knew she was always kind of annoyed that I had never done that before. And so she was like, "You're going to do it tonight." And I'm like, I'm fucking sure the not. It's not my thing. I like a dude.
No, same. But I've been in situations where a woman who maybe liked other women was just like, "Oh, you seem great," and I'm like, "Well, I am, but I'm not into women." And they were like, "Well, let's find out," and they would kiss me, and I'm like, "Still not," but you're a great kisser.
I've never even kissed one.
That happened one time, and I could not have been more clear that no, I like men. In fact, the person whose house we're at right now, I'm here with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, but we could be friends because I used to not know how to say no. And so I gave her my number. And the next day I got so many text messages like, I think I'm in love with you. When can I see you next? And I was like, oh God, this is really awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She has her things like, I'm a Dave & Buster's girl, so she exploits the shit out of Dave & Buster's and tries to get the brand deals with Dave & Buster's. I'm a mac and cheese girl. I need my cup of mac and cheese. I think that she's constantly looking for endorsements and partnerships. So she went hard on the mac and cheese. I think that the thing, I see this in the same kind of way. She also, for the first at least 1.5
two
seasons,
things that aren't truly the world's greatest gifts.
Okay, whatever. She, in just the first season and a half, she was talking about, she really leaned into and found great pride in telling everyone, Jason and I just like missionary. We like that. So she leaned into that. That was her thing.
Jason thing.
If you are banging chicks, you are not
just doing missionary.
Just doing missionary.
That's all Jason. We know that's Jason. That's all Jason.
But it's her sex life too.
Yeah.
But I don't think she wants that.
And she would then don't tell everyone how we have a great sex life. We love it. That's our thing. She was advertising it. She likes to find a thing and lean into it and make that
to cultivate her personality.
To cultivate her personality. She's finding an identity in these things. And I'm just I'm hip to your game now.
I'm hip to your Dave & Buster's game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so after this,
Dave one is Buster the next week. It's Bustet. It's just Davina.
Quick little snippets of scenes. Nothing major happens, so stop me when you want to say something.
Wait, I'm not even done with that beach scene yet, though. I had one more thing I just wanted to bring up about Michelle. Okay, so we see Michelle and Kristen both just tear their clothes off and go running in. I had this was just Michelle's so interesting to me right now because I had very interesting reactions to the both of them. When Michelle did that, I'm thinking. Again, I'm just happy that Michelle's here and playing the game and and leaning into vacation.
Totally.
And it's Woo Town and it's great. But her getting undressed in front of two dudes that have full on girlfriends, and that her and Tom kind of went out for a date or so, or had a thing, whether it was for TV or not, whatever. Kiana has mentioned to Tom I heard you're dating Lala. I assume Michelle's probably on that list now. That's a thing, new relationships. And then with Jesse and Michelle and Lacy's coming in that day. That I don't know. That was a flag to me. She's Michelle needs to get laid. And she is now. So this is probably
happy for you, Michelle.
So maybe this isn't even a thing anymore. But like, I was all good and great with this. I don't know if Kiana and Lacy would be very like, I thought she was looking for some attention, some validation. I get it. I think she's in a phase right now. She's clearly like going through it. She's being kind of obvious, like wearing it on her sleeve, you know, because we see her boobs come out later on too. And Lacy's literally sitting right there. So like, there's just something.
Would you care? I wouldn't give a shit. Would you care if some chick went skinny dipping in front of Mike?
Yeah. If when Kristen did it,
Mike would not. Mike would have gotten out of the. That's what my thing is. Like, why did Tom stay in the water? Why was Jesse? Mike would have left. Mike doesn't put Mike is in those positions. Mike is like, yeah, I'm good. I'm out. I'm just gonna go. Like, and I'm fine. Skinny dip. I don't like. Listen, I'm not probably gonna get a little peek on the way out, but I'm definitely leaving. Right? Like, I'm not going to stay there and be like, I'm gonna get my pervy peek and I'm going back to the fucking bar. Like, and I'm out. Yeah, exactly. Putting one in the bank and I'm moving on.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm not. That's weird. That was weird.
It was weird because again, it's all about like the vibe of it. Like, because then right after that, Kristen does it. When Kristen did it, it was like watching like Jane of the Jungle return to her
natural habitat.
Yeah, her natural habitat. A light just went off somewhere.
It flickered and it's back. It's this one. It's just.
What the?
But no, Kristen went in first.
So either way, like, I don't know who went in, whatever, but like that was like in The Mermaid and Splash when she made herself a saltwater bathtub.
Hello, my name is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is an 80s movie for the kids out there.
So good. Go back and watch
Tom
it.
Hanks' first movie, right? Or
no, not his first. No. I think. Wait, what was after Bosom Buddies? Was it Splash?
I think it was Splash or Big was his first movie, I think.
Wait, what?
I think it was
oh my God, there's so many good lines
There's a
from
bachelor
Splash.
party was in there.
I think Bachelor Party was the first one. I think.
Anyway, so I'm just watching Michelle and I'm just glad to know that like I think she's spending her evenings with someone special these days, and like because it just like, and honestly, I think that like Tom, like I didn't expect Tom to get out of the water. Tom's just trying to be cool. In that situation, I think that most people are just like, act natural.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah. And I appreciate what Mike's saying, that he would be like, I'm out, you know, like I'm just not going to chill here. So I love that too. But I didn't look down on Tom. Tom to me was just like where do I put my hand?
I think
where do I put my dick?
Honestly, for a minute, I was like, oh, now I know why you're not getting out of the water. You can't get out of the water and without making it super weird.
Because Michelle has a great rack.
Listen,
she has a great bod.
She had a great, she's beautiful. Yeah.
And when I see Kristen doing this, Tom and Kristen to me are like siblings. Yeah. Like I just think, and also like I said, Kristen's vibe is just different. I know that Kristen's not out there looking for attention. Kristen is like, I have felt not like myself for the last 4 months. I feel more like myself. Like this is the
mothership calling you home.
Exactly. But Jesse was like, I thought that Jesse did act like if I'm Lacy, I would have been proud to watch him being like, he's just kind of looking down and he's like, I'm sure it's going to be great for your real estate career. Like he just was like, stayed him, did not seem interested.
Didn't even have her clothes. I think Jesse was holding her clothes too.
Yeah. I was into it, but I noticed Michelle in that moment. Just because like, if you ever look back at eras of your life, like I know when I was like looking for validation because of like a breakup or a dissolution of a marriage, and then like just trying to like figure out where like, no, I need to get like, this is how the kids do it, right?
Totally.
You know, like, and I feel like that's what Michelle's doing now. I'm glad to know that she's out. Okay. Anyway.
For all the people who have commented this already, Splash. He was in like some low budget slasher film. He Knows You're Alone. But Splash was his first movie, then Bachelor Party. And then he didn't do Big for like 4 more years. He did a bunch of other movies before that.
I saw Big at Cinespia. It was pretty awesome.
Oh God.
Wait, do you remember
Still
the line
pissed about Jurassic
The
Park.
whole season sucks. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the line?
I don't like Jurassic Park.
No, I like Jurassic
Not for
Park.
4th of
not
July.
For 4th of July.
Oh yeah, fine.
I want
We did
America
that,
on 4th of July.
Would you
You're
have gone to Pulp Fiction on 4th of July?
Yes, but I wouldn't have been geeked out to go.
Right.
I go
but like Jurassic Park, like I'm not going.
No,
Pulp Fiction, like I like it anyways, but I feel like it would have even to you
Yeah,
more
it would've even got
amenable
me there.
than Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Without dinosaurs, would there even be in America?
I mean, now we don't know because of the Webb telescope. We don't know. There's so many things that came before the dinosaurs.
I love it. Y'all don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's been saying it's science. Okay. Well, good luck with your science.
Okay. So Zack,
Yeah, we got one of those here.
1.5 of those. Wait, I was going to say, oh, no, one of my favorite lines in Splash, Joe Schmo, this is for you, when they're in the little dinghy and he goes, we're going back for the little boat. And Tom Hanks goes, the little boat. It's pretty great. Anyway, Zack and Benji get ready. Lacy and Jesse also are chilling in their room, getting ready. Lacy asks about the Janet stuff and the text that she sent to Jasmine about drinking. Everybody's drinking. Nia and Danny tend to their baby. Do you guys have anything for these little snippets of scenes?
I wasn't listening. Can you say it?
Zack and Benji get ready.
Okay, yeah, I don't think because the next thing that I have is Brittany's hotel room. So
great, that's where I just got us to there. So we're perfect. Great.
I mean, the one thing, like Danny, I'm gonna shit on Danny. Danny left something now in this whole Nia and him conversation where he's like, "Oh, they said they didn't care
That's
about."
not yet.
Oh, great.
That's just them in their room. Danny and Nia tend to their baby, but we'll get to their conversation. Is that okay? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the next actual scene is Janet, Michelle, Lala, Britt, Jasmine, and Melissa are getting ready in the girls' room. And Brittany says they had the best day. Michelle says they did not have the best day, and they get into what happens. She tells them that Kristen said, if we want to talk about Danny's drinking, we need to start with Zack and Brittany and Jasmine, and rehashes all of this stuff. Brittany starts to cry. She says she doesn't understand why her closest friends are throwing her under the bus to protect Nanny and Dia. Nanny and Dia?
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Nia. I'm dyslexic. It happens. And then Jasmine just kind of was like, what the hell? They don't even hang out. They're not real friends. And Brittany's like, yeah, I've said this to her the last time we spoke. And Kristen did not agree. And then she followed it up with saying, like, Brittany, you're my number one. So that's this scene. Anyone? Bueller?
Not really for these girls. No.
These girls, these silly girls.
Silly girls.
Okay. So
Miss Natty Notes
I
has
need
something.
a foot poof.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah,
would love
Courtney and
that.
I need a foot poof, please.
Yeah,
that
we
would
need.
look so weird.
It
No,
wouldn't
who
look.
cares?
You can't even tell.
I do. I fucking care how this show looks because we have made it this far with.
How am I going to show off my new sneakers that Mike got me?
Yeah. We didn't. You guys got her those.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We need a poof.
Carry on, Natty Notes. That's my new nickname for you.
Okay, so one thing I want to just know is that Michelle is writing so hard for Janet this episode, and like I never noticed it. Not only did I not ever notice it, I actually noticed the opposite. I noticed that Michelle was just sort of like, this seems like a lot. Like she would just never really wanted to get too involved. She would always be with them, but she would never. She just didn't chime in so hard, and she really seems like she's.
Do you think it's because they got into a little bit of a fight at the 00 Schwartz party when she was just like, maybe everyone triggered? Yes. And so now that, like, sometimes when you get into a bad spot with one of your friends and you've messed up according to them.
Yeah.
And then you go above and beyond to make up for it. I wonder if this is that.
Yeah, that's all I could think about.
Oh,
was
sorry.
that,
I didn't mean to steal that from you.
No,
I didn't know if that.
No. That because like I still don't even know if it is that because I don't understand how Janet would be mad at Michelle for saying that because Michelle wasn't being rude. She was like, I just think that just like Janet goes off on this whole episode, everyone's mad because I said a thing and I'm not allowed to talk about the thing. Like Michelle just said it more like delicately. Like Michelle just said basically like, no, everyone's just pissed because of you, like it was the same thing. So I thought that's the only thing I could come up with, but I still was like, but was that even a fight? Like, it did seem like Janet took it that way.
She totally did.
But like, it would take, like, I would be like, snap out of it. What are you talking about? I'm literally just saying that they clearly are always get weird when you're around. Like, is that news to anyone? I don't think it was. But if Janet really went hard on her about, because I think that Janet is a manipulative, and so I can see her yelling
Mike doesn't.
at
Mike
Michelle
loves
because
her.
what you're the meanest to the people that love you the most or that have been there for you the most or whatever. Like if you got to take something out on someone, clearly can't take it out on any of these other fools because Kristen will straight come in and whomp your ass across. Yeah, exactly. So like maybe that happened, and now Michelle's going above and beyond to make it right in some fashion. Like that's all I could come up with too. But I other than that, I got nothing. Janet relaying what happened at lunch and wording it as they threw you under the bus to defend him. This is why Janet is impossible to
make headway with.
To speak to. I think that they are trying to give her, at this point, they're just trying to give her instances, examples of like, Janet, it's like, well, if we're going to talk, if this is what we're talking about today, then it seems like we should also talk about this because the conversations with Janet just don't work. Like they don't get anywhere. And so they're just giving examples of like, okay, well, if we're talking about drinking, then how about this? How about that? They are all true. They're all very true examples of like, why is it such a big deal when he does it? It's all we're talking about. They can't say all season because it's the fourth wall, but like, I mean, I'm watching it going, we've been on this all season. They're living it. So they must also know we've been on this all season. So it just seems like every time that like Janet is like a semantics person. She's just like looking for any little thing that she can grab at to be like, because like they weren't throwing those people under the bus. It's just like, I don't know how else to explain this to you, Janet. So I thought that was interesting.
It is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Erica Jane was getting, this is the episode of Erica Jane. We've referenced her in part 1. If you haven't seen it, go back. Where she was getting pummeled this one season because there was just so much going on in her life, and her now ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband did a lot of really bad stuff. But she just was exhausted. And she said, if we're going to talk about Erica, we're going to talk about everybody. Yeah. Because you're all coming at me for this stuff and you got this and you got that. And I think that's, if we're going to talk about Erica, we're going to talk about everybody.
That's what I think.
But it's interesting. I don't know if it was this part or the last part where somebody said Danny and Nia, Danny and Janet might be the same person. Similar.
I think they might have like
more in common
than they thought.
Getting into this next scene, not to steal your thunder, Danny more bullshit.
That is the next scene.
A thing that actually happened.
Oh yeah, okay, but wait.
Just in regard to like they're doing the same thing.
Yeah. So let me also, to be very clear, the thing that Janet doesn't have is a Nia. So like if
Jason was a dope, likable dude, this would be a completely different conversation.
Be like, he could have anyone. Everyone seemed like all the guys seemed to want to bang him, even the straight ones.
Remember though, before all this went down, Jason, we were all like, what is Jason doing with this Looney Tune? Like from pretty early on, we loved Jason and didn't like Janet, and until Janet went in bonkers, right? And Jason was like, that's my girl. We were wondering why Jason was with this chick. Yeah. So there was a time when Janet had a Nia, not a Nia, but like
I also think that was
cool dude that we were wondering.
We talked about that. We said like she must be fine enough because this dude.
Jason's with her, and Jason's very straightforward.
Yeah, he's very cool.
A good dude.
One of the very first things we ever heard him say out of his mouth in the first season was, so yeah, no, my wife got laid off, and I was happy to give her, like when she said she wanted to explore like something else, like I was happy to support her to do that and figure out what she wanted to do. I did not realize it would be turning into the neighborhood gossip. And I was like, nailed it. Like that's exactly what she did. She quit her job and took a whole new career of just like pick a little, talk a little, cheep, cheep, cheep. What's that from?
I was thinking she was Mrs. Is it Mrs. Kravitz? Who's the neighbor in Three's Company?
Oh, Mrs. Roper?
A very Mrs. Roper type thing. But also we talked about this when we were realizing like, oh, maybe he's not who we thought he was, because the representative can only stay on the clock for so long. And I just think I think Danny's representative has bowed out. I think Jason's representative bowed out way before Danny's did. Yeah.
I'm still on my kick of that. Like, I believe that the show was protecting Danny for the first 2 seasons, and that Danny is talking on a mic in a way that he has both other seasons, but they didn't show it. And he's thinking, because we have to keep in mind, they're all living this currently. We're watching their real time right now. They have not watched this. So like Danny has no idea that he's getting a different edit than he got before. And I think that that's kind of genius.
This is the 3rd season, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I mean, like this guy didn't just wake up this way this season. Like this is not a thing that happens overnight. This is a guy like this. The problem with Danny is that he's stuck in 1950s. Like, so like that, you don't go into the future and then like, he's always been this guy and they did not show it. And now they're showing it. And he's thinking, he's on this mic when he's talking to his wife, don't touch my stomach like that. Nia, you're killing me. Like there's no way he just now started talking to her this way. Like, right?
No, definitely not. This is Danny. Danny speaks to his wife, definitely. We've seen it. And maybe women that he's not super fond of this way. Because we've seen it multiple times. I don't know about the hiding and the, like, I don't know about that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it couldn't have happened. I think it's, I don't know, man. I think it's probably more your representative can only, can only stick around for so long. Again, I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm not saying production didn't do that. Like, because we talked about it year one. I was like, most of the time you go pitch shows like this and you're like, we got 6 to 7 really cool people that are pretty nice. And then we got 1 or 2 Looney Tune evils. And that's the reality show. And that works because like most of us are cool people that are nice. And then we got a couple bad apples. Sorry, it happens. Like, but that's a thing. And then the more people you make, the more bad apples you get. This was the first time in reality where they were like, got a new idea for you. All bad apples, 2 good people. Let's see what that does. And they were like, interesting.
Just a lot to let rip. Like he's just letting it rip like left and right, like no regard. And it's just like, this is your third season, so you would know how this works by now.
Yeah.
So
and listen, it would defend, it would explain why Jackson, everybody was like, oh, they got a banger of an edit. Like that first season, like that's not that dude. Because like you said, they all know it. Yeah. They know that he's like, and this is kind of the thing that I've been thinking about and saying is like, all these people keep saying this thing about this dude. At what point are we going to be like, oh, it's true. This guy has a problem. He's a creeper. He drinks, he hides it, whatever, all these things. Because it's just relentless. They're not deviating from this story. So at what point do we wave the white flag and be like, okay, I surrender, Danny's a creep.
Van Meyer's half the cast. Like, this is so ridiculous.
Because Jax is gone.
So you think that all the people that like him
Kristen,
are just like kind of scared or like kind of following the new leader?
I think with Kristen for sure, which is getting weird. And this episode with her and Brittany and Brittany being like, wait, but she literally just sat on the couch and saying I was her number 1. And that like Kristen's acting weird. Kristen is getting to that thing of like where they're like, they tell kids don't lie because you'll just keep lying and keep lying and keep lying and it'll work and it'll be fine for a while. But eventually it's too many lies to keep track of and it'll all come crumbling down on you. I think Kristen's getting to see some cracks in the foundation with her. Not that she's lying, but that she's played this weird hand. Like she's going with Nia and Danny, but also not really letting anyone else know that. I'm rambling and it's not making a lot of sense, but I think yes. I think people are choosing Nia and Danny as the new Brittany and Jax. I think that a lot of people said in the comments, that's why Brittany is jealous of Nia and a little pissed at her, among other things.
Yeah, that is one.
I think that's probably why Jesse is, because Jesse and Kristen got close last year. And so Kristen was like, oh, I know, I tried to get it, but Nia and Danny it's Nia and Danny. So you either get with them and Jesse's like, yeah, I'm down. My girl wants to be on the show anyway, so I got to do whatever it's going to take to keep us here because she's amazing and she really wants to be on TV. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
And the
understand
other ones
what you're
are like,
saying. I
all
I
you
could get the
guys,
vibe
you're
at
so
all from
fake
them.
and not real and not genuine, and we're all sitting here trying to be real and do what Courtney wants, and which we all do, is like, you signed up for this shit, tell us everything, or not everything, but like give us the dirt. And most of you are. There's a few of you. There's 2 of you that aren't, and now you're getting little minions together. I'm kidding, but like. It's becoming a problem. There's we're not going to tell you any things, and well, what do you mean? Why are you here then?
All of that would make so much sense.
Like a subscribe, we're done. That's all.
It really does. I cannot wrap my head around those 2 being the bosses. Like,
I'm with you on that. Like,
that
listen,
vibe, I
yeah,
don't
no.
get it from them. They don't exude that kind of fear, and like Jax does, because Jax is
Nia
nuts,
does.
and he's not even Nia. Like
Nia has a weird and everyone's already said it. They're like, you don't fuck say shit about that. She in a weird. They'll take you out. Not take you out literally, but like everyone has said it in one way or another.
I don't recall it, and I don't
How
believe
convenient.
it. No, like tell me. They said they're going
Brittany
to take us
said
out.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Not take us out, but they've made comments about like you can't talk shit about Danny and Nia
Because they won't stand for it. But it doesn't mean that they're going to get fired off the show for it. Like,
nobody
that's
said
where.
fired off the show. Who said fired off the
Then
show?
why else would you do it? Like, these people are not. They're not going to bow down to Danny. Like, he's just such a like. Listen, I love him for Nia. I want you to have everything you want. If this is what you want, okay, I'm in, I guess. But like, God. Danny does not exude anything that would ever make me be like, follow the leader, or
fall
like,
in line.
Yeah,
bitch.
fall in line.
Danny doesn't. Nia does.
Nia does not come across also to me as someone who is going to get you kicked off a show, because I just think that Nia's better than that.
Yeah, I also think that she does have some kind of a moral compass that she's like, I don't want that on my.
Exactly.
On my shoulders, on my karmic record, on my whatever.
Yeah. There's nothing that the most sense it could possibly make in like just like
Danny,
show terms and like how these things normally happen, what that usually means. It is because it is this couple. I don't feel it. And I'm all about the vibes and the gut feelings and all of it. And like, I can't get there.
Danny just doesn't feel alpha at all to me.
God.
And I feel like Nia doesn't. I was just gonna say, and Nia's, I think she's too principled to want to like screw with someone in that way.
And if you don't believe she's principled, I think she's too busy for a takedown. Like, I just don't think there's only so many hours in the day. I don't think there's time available for Nia to be doing anything that's going to direct anyone's path on this show. I think she's just trying to survive the day.
Before we go into the next thing, I'm just getting a little lightheaded. Can I grab something real quick?
Yeah. Do you want to order something? Yeah. What I think is funny about this scene is just that I find Janice to be so obvious. And I just think that how she kind of rewords everything to make it sound like such a personal offense to others so that they will just like get on her wagon. And guess who it works on? Jasmine.
And
Jasmine?
This guy.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
What?
It works on you and Jasmine. Janet's fun wording. Her
Not to toot
storytelling.
my own horn, but this
You
is
have
great
your
bread.
own storyteller. Aw. Did I get the hat?
Oh my God, that's right.
I think Jasmine, like, you're so messy. Like, you just fired off without even thinking like of like who this is coming from. You know who Janet is. You've said it the same about her in front of the other half of the audience. I don't know how you just jump back and forth so easily. Like, she fired off in that. I also think it's very like immature to how they are like, she's not even really friends with Nia. This is so small-minded and so junior high to me. I sometimes tell my hairdresser shit before I tell my like main circle of friends. We've talked about this before. There are different friendships for different eras and phases and seasons of your life. I wasn't here last week, but I edited it. And I think that you were talking about how like during Kristen's pregnancy and her postpartum, Nia has been so clutch in her life. Like, as someone who like, for this moment in time, that Kristen is going through something that like, and like they were friends before this, but right now, if everyone's noticing that she's riding so hard for Nia, think about where Kristen is at in her life and who has been her main source of like her confidant, her
Sherpa on a certain level.
She has no history with Nia. There is something to be said for fresh friends sometimes, for times that like I've already said all of this to them about this guy, and like I already know how it's going to be taken. You can see it on their faces when it's like Carrie talking about Big to her friends, and they were like, "We can't do this again." But it didn't mean that it was any less of a thing in Carrie's life. It might have been more so at that time. She's probably pissed. Oh, I wasted all the times that you guys were willing to take it on things that weren't even that big of a deal, and now I have things to talk about. Like, there are reasons that people find friendships where they find them at different eras of their life. It's the same to me about like when, Michelle is talking about like, you never did this for me. Well, you had a way different dynamic with this person. Like, and that was in a different era of your life. He is hopefully, like prayers to God, fingers crossed, older and wiser now, doesn't want to be back in that same relationship that he was in, maybe recognizing some boundaries of not to cross, because once you do, it's a slippery slope. You're never getting back. Like, you've never called me a bitch. The day that you do, it's never going to be the same. I'm sorry. Once you make it that long and you haven't done it yet, it's going to get weird after that.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem. Yeah. And so like, it's just like they're looking at these things like so, and like I always say, like they're looking at a peephole of a door when you could open it and just like get some context of like.
But also, I think it's a pretty straight line. They were pregnant at the same time. This was such a big deal for Kristen because this was her first child. She had waited so long to do it. Nia, this was her fourth child. She has all of this mileage as far as parenthood and pregnancy goes under her belt.
Yeah.
And she could really, like I said, Sherpa her through this. And I do think it's like when you start a new job or something and you meet someone there and all of a sudden you become very fast friends. And after work, you're getting dinner together and you're stopping at Starbucks to get her a coffee because you know how she likes her coffee, or she's got to drink decaf because she's pregnant. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You just have this commonality that really accelerates your friendship.
Yeah.
And I think
and hits at such a time
when you really need it. And I think motherhood is this, it accelerates it even more because everybody else around you can't physically understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
Even your girlfriends who were pregnant, they're not pregnant anymore. They have their bodies back. They don't need to pump and dump. They don't need to be tethered to a child to breastfeed. But you and Nia you literally gave birth within weeks of each other.
I think it was like 6 days or something.
Yeah, I think you're right. Even days, not even a week.
Yeah.
And so I think all of that, whether they are just on the phone all the time, yenteing it up, talking about, oh, my nipples hurt, my back is out, my kid won't stop crying, or all the blissful things about pregnancy. I just think that goes further than any of them are giving the situation credit for.
Yeah, totally. And I think also that Danny and Luke are really close. And I think that Luke has been able to confide in Danny and get a lot of like, we've been married, we've been together for however many, I think they've been married for 10 years or something. Like they've been together for a long time. And like, I think that they are just really filling a much needed like empty gap that like they were just super struggling without. So I think that Brittany's response to this, not only does like just the way that they're being like, they're not really friends. I said that to her last week. No, I said that to her. And she was like, yes, I am. I'm like, no, you don't. Like they sounded like such junior high school kids. And what I noticed in this moment, the thing that you're saying about like, oh, you can't say anything to them because then like shit goes down. Like you can't like, I think that the vibe is that like you can't say anything to them because it doesn't work. And the audience is the showrunner here. It's not like the show. It's not like that. It's not them. You can't say anything to them because the audience watches it. And thus far, up until now at least, like they weren't on your side. And so I think that Brittany, when she starts crying about, oh, I can't believe she said that about me. I don't think she's crying about Kristen saying this. She thinks I drank too much. Well, we've all been telling you drank way too much, Brittany. You're barfing in the driveway. Like that's is not a new thread. So hearing it from Kristen, she didn't take that as like, Kristen just said this thing. I can't believe. She took it as, that's a point for Nia. She's on, like, I'm losing to Nia because she's competing with Nia. And it's not Nia putting it on the people. It's the audience not being a fan of Brittany after last season. They were a fan of Nia last season. And they haven't seen this season yet. They don't know the audience is turning. So they think we're still going to have those repercussions. They don't know that no, the audience is changing.
Okay, you had something you wanted to say about this next scene. It's Danny and Nia in their room, and they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said it, just that Danny wasn't honest. Danny's done this a couple times where he said a thing, but he hasn't told you the whole thing of the thing. He was like, well, no, they are all literally telling me that they didn't care if I drank. Like literally every one of them.
They were.
What was the conversation they were having?
We don't care.
Did they bring Danny down there to be like, bro, we don't even care if you drink? Or did they tell him, we don't care if you drink. We care that you're hiding it. That was the conversation. The conversation that Zack was supposed to have, that he was like, oh, I don't care, but I do. And Jasmine was like, okay, then you need to tell him that. And he's like, I will tell him. Well, this was him telling him. This was everybody telling him, bro, we don't care that you drink. It's fine. We all drink. We all party, bro. Yeah. We care that you hide it and you're weird about it.
And why do you hide it? Because I thought you guys cared.
Doesn't matter. Not true. That's a lie.
And Nia doesn't
but that's
want
not the
me
point.
to lay it low.
The point is, that's not, she was trying to say, he was like, they all said it was cool. And she was like, who said it was cool? And he's like, this person, this. And she's like, no, because they were all, and he's like, oh, they said it was cool. I don't know what happened, but they said it. That's what he was telling his wife.
I thought that
that's why she was so confused.
She wasn't confused. She was saying,
no, she was trying to get names.
No, stop, because I just left. That's what she was saying.
She was trying to bank info so she could have his back later, being like, oh, you said that everyone is uncomfortable when Danny drinks, but Brittany and Jasmine.
So you guys don't think he left anything out of that conversation? You don't think he left anything out?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
asking you.
Oh, I don't think he mentioned the part about them saying we're uncomfortable when you hide it.
You guys, I think you're with me.
I'm not.
I watched the flashbacks of it too. It seemed like they were all like, we don't care. Brittany's even said it before, like, I'll take a shot with him right now. Like they think it's weird that he hides it. He's hiding it because he thinks they don't want him to drink, and they're all talking about it, which like they have in the past. So like,
we're talking about the conversation that he's having with his wife right now.
Right.
Where she's asking him, she's telling him they said this stuff. He's replying to that saying, I don't understand. They were literally telling me it's all cool. He's leaving out what they were telling him. He's leaving out the reason that they were having a conversation with him during this conversation with his wife.
Okay. But they all said it. They don't care if he drinks.
They said, we care that you hide it. And that he didn't say to Nia.
And then he explained why he hides it. And then when we see them later and Lacy comes, literally all four of them, Jasmine and Melissa, because they are the most important component of this whole thing, Jasmine and Melissa and Zack and Benji are at the pool and they say, oh my God, we just had the most healing conversation with Danny. And then Lacy was like, yeah, can we get off his neck already? Like, it was just like, they're like, I don't know what Michelle was talking about when she says that he's making everyone uncomfortable. And they all call him out. Tom's like, no, that's not helpful. Jasmine or Nia says like, that's not true. And also, and that's another word that I could understand. What does comfortable mean? What is SA? What is comfortable? Like, what can I do to make you comfortable? How are you uncomfortable? What are you comfortable with? Like, it's the reason that this is so frustrating, Mike, is because like, it's as frustrating, I think, for us as it probably is for Danny. And I think that Danny has a shit ton of problems, but I think that when we do get to that scene later and he acts a total fool, I honestly, like, I hated it. I hated how Danny ended this episode because it's just obnoxious. I don't want to hear him say any of the things that he was saying. It's just annoying and ridiculous. But like,
it's aggressive.
It is. But if I put myself in his shoes where it's like, I'm dealing with this all season and I just hear from my wife that a whole big kerfuffle happened at lunch that I wasn't there for, where they're telling everyone that everyone's uncomfortable. And I just came from a whole other crew of people where I literally said like, so it's cool. And they were like, it's totally cool. Like literally, like that's how dramatic it was. They were like throwing up their hands and like, oh my God, we don't care, you know? And so he's like, these two different worlds are happening because there's these three different topics of the essay, the boozing, and how you talk to your wife. And it's all just getting conflated and everyone's got a different problem with a different one of those every episode. And I imagine it would impossible to know, like, if you wanted to do something about it, where do you even start? Because you're not even sure what everyone actually thinks.
You know what's interesting about all of this? It seems as though everyone is scared to, like, when they have the opportunity, not Janet, because obviously him and Janet cannot communicate with each other. They hate each other. It is what it is. But like, they were all sitting there in front of Danny. Why not say, you know, I drink as much as you want, but when you start yelling like, let's go and all of that, like, it's just annoying, bro. It's just annoying behavior. I don't think you're gonna do something to physically threaten me or whatever. It's not that kind of a situation. It's just, it's weird. It's loud. It's childish. But no one wants to be honest with those parts of his personality that, quite frankly, are there when he's not drinking. Like, Kristen really nailed it when she said, if you don't like Danny sober, you're not going to like him drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of him sober or drunk.
No. And Kristen has found value in him. And that's what, like, if you don't find value in him, then it's not there. Then, like, all of these things are just like, he's just the annoying whatever. I just have this feeling that he is a very good friend and neighbor and, like, American. Like, I just think he's the guy that's like, yeah, I got that wrench in my garage. Come on over, buddy. You want to have a beer while you're at it? Like,
White Claw for me now.
Yeah. Like, I think that he is of value and of service to the people that could use his service. And if he doesn't provide if you don't need his services, then there's nothing here for you. But, like, at this stage in my life, I would appreciate Danny. Just would.
So the next scene up is Tom, Benji, and Zack getting ready. And this
is good to know how much I can get away with.
I don't know if you're as helpful as Danny. I don't think you're going to have a beer with me and have a wrench on hand.
Just have a beer with her. She'd be thrilled. She just wants you to get drunk.
That's funny.
Okay. So Tom, Benji, and Zack get ready. This was strange for me. Yeah. I don't need to see Tom like this ever again. I didn't need to see him like this in the first place.
No, the doily shirt's got to go.
It was too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say. I actually don't want to talk about. I'm itching. I'm allergic to this look.
No, I don't like it either. He's also seems to be really kind of queer baiting too. He's really being like, well, you guys would do me, right?
Oh my!
We're a throuple, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, a non-sexual throuple, Tom.
He's like, but you've thought about it,
yeah,
right?
but you've thought about it. Well,
that must be so annoying for gay people.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the straight friends came over. Yes, I would totally sleep with you. I would never sleep with Kevin. Kevin?
Yeah.
God, get waxed, Kevin.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. After this, they all go on the party/tour bus to Bar Hop and get to the club at the end of the evening. Jasmine and Michelle have decorated the bus with rainbows and dildos. Zack loves it. Danny and Nia are going to meet them at the club because they've got to tend to their baby. They're all dancing on the top level of the bus. Michelle flashes everyone, and Jesse cannot wrap his mind around this new Michelle.
That was crazy. 1 second.
Sure. Is the food here already? That was 5 minutes.
I know.
Wow, you guys really live in a great place. It's an hour minimum if I order food. That shit cray.
Sorry, Mike, how'd you eat a taco?
Yeah, it happens.
I know. I need to learn to eat before we film, but it's too early, and then we start filming, and then dinner time happens, and we're filming.
I had to have 2 snacks because of the low blood chiggies. Danny and Nia get on their own bus to meet up with everyone. And now back on the party bus, Zack is screaming and dancing and having a gay old time. See what I did there? On the lower level, Brittany tells Jesse, you owe me an apology about the Jack stuff and believing Jack's over me, that I was a part of this. The only part of this that I gave a shit about was just how good Lacy's communication skills are for her to jump in and say, listen, this now Michelle is interjecting, which now makes it weird, and she was involved with this, and now it's going to make things weird with us, and you shouldn't have said that to Brittany, and let's just potato, let's call the whole thing off, and apologize, and let's move on with life. And they did.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I want to get one of those shirts that just has like an arrow standing next to Lacy that just says what she said, because like it was so simplified, and honestly, I'm not even sure if what she said was right, but it rolled off in a way that I'm like, that.
I think it was right. I did remember what she said, and I thought she nailed it. And then I just noted at the end of that, in her confessional, Lacy said, he's right, but his delivery is wrong.
Yeah.
And so that's where she was, I think, also trying to iron things out. And I think she did a great job.
Yeah.
This is when I know they had to play it multiple times because of like the shock and awe factor. This is when Zack gets hit in the head with the street lamp. Dude.
I watched it a couple of times last week in the previews. It was in the preview.
Yeah.
And I'm someone who watches the UFC and enjoys a good, real, natural street fight. Into all that stuff. Last week I was like, oh dang, that's a good whack. This one, I was like, oh damn, dude, like he got whacked.
He is a tough MFer.
He
that
got
kid.
whacked, man.
Yeah. I'm surprised that nobody said sit down for this part. Like,
a little
it's Mexico,
bit.
I guess, if anything goes.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I kept being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're like, you're just popping your titties. Oh, I can't believe. Like, you're going. I can't believe. I can't." And then I was like, "Wait, this is Mexico, old Mexico. You already won in Mexico. That's Grandma's house.
That's Grandma and Grandpa's house.
That's Grandma and Grandpa's house, Linda." But yeah, he and like I get they added a couple sound effects, but. He got whacked because like they were at a stoplight and then the bus took off and I was like, and you could hear the sound effect, like the music, like, so you're like, oh, it's coming. And then I was like, oh, this is not even that bad. He's gonna hit the street light right here when the bus takes off. And then the bus is going faster and faster and this bus is like, it's not that light. It's the light across the way. And yeah, no, he took one to the dome.
And took it like such a champ. I didn't skip a beat. He was like, if any of you people don't go out.
He skipped a couple beats and then got back in the game.
Barely. A half a beat.
I saw no beat skip. If they were skipped, they were picked up really quickly and
that's
brought
right.
back. Like,
and shoved back into the...
Benji grabbed him for him.
That's right. So they obviously are like, okay, we got to get this guy to a hospital. I did think it was funny when Zack was on the way, not Zack, when Jesse was leaving the bus, he took a dildo and he's like, here, take this for good luck, which is kind of funny.
It was funny that sometimes the dildos were like out in pure form. And then when somebody would be holding one, they would blur it. Like, what are the rules? You can, if it's
decorative
suctioned onto a window, then it's fine. But because it could also be in their hand when they were opening. What?
It's probably, I don't know, but it's probably a use thing.
I thought you said used.
Oh yeah,
you can't show
if you used it, you can't show it. No, it's probably a use thing. Like, it's a difference between like a set piece or a prop. Like you can't use a big fat dung prop wiggling around.
It's actually like this. If you ask the professional,
that would be my guess. Like I said, I don't know.
I know. I think you're right.
That's probably it.
I think it's one of those things where if it's there, it's just decorative. But if you touch it, it becomes phallic, and now we're using it. And okay, so they go to the bar. Zack goes to the hospital. Lacy and Jesse want to go off and be in their own little love bubble. Zack is dancing into the hospital. Nia and Danny arrive. They find out about Zack. And then Janet asks Brittany, how are you feeling? Brittany says this is a lot, and she's upset about the Kristen stuff, but she's trying to stay light and happy right now because it's Zack's birthday. They all go into the club, and this is when Danny starts doing his weird Danny stuff, and he's moving. And also, we've said this before, I think on even the last 2 or 3 episodes, because when he gets under her skin, she starts over-mothering him.
Yeah.
And it's just a vicious cycle of her telling him what to do, and he's drunk, and he doesn't want to be told what to do when he's sober, let alone when he's drunk. And so now he just has to get this annoying behavior out of his system, but he doesn't. Like, this is where he's got to figure his shit out, because you're not funny, it's not entertaining, it's not, there's no part of it that I think anyone's getting enjoyment out of.
Go ahead.
He's acting out. Do you remember how we were talking about, like, does it seem like he's doing this because Nia wants him? Nia is the one that's telling him, if you have a drink, just go in the other room or just slam your drink or stay in the kitchen or whatever. Like, just don't make a show out of it. Just like have your drinks, but keep it like, just don't make a thing about it. And I think that he's saying like, I don't want to do that. These people, I don't like them. And she's like, it's fine, just do it. And because he says it in there. He's like, she wants me to just abide by what these people want, and I don't want to do it. But I think he's doing it. He agrees to do it at the top of the night. And then as the night goes on, we were like, I think you said, like, do you think he's trying to spite her? I'm like, yeah. I think he's like, I'm doing what you say because you're in charge, okay? But like, I don't want to do this. I don't agree with this. I don't think I should. I don't even like those. The people that are coming for me are not our friends. They're horrible. And now you just don't want to deal with it. And she's like, you're right. I don't want to deal with it. I got enough to deal with. Yeah. And so I think that we just, people say that this show's too long. We didn't know we were going to say that before we started. That we worked our way into it. Like we worked it out in the scene. I don't know how much this job pays. Nobody asked for this job, but we're doing it.
Yep, that's right.
And that's why these shows are so long, because we figured that out while we were just working it out.
Yeah, and then he has to go. Not only does he start doing it as revenge or whatever, he has to make it a point to tell everybody how pissed he is.
Yeah.
To go up to everyone and say, isn't this ridiculous? I can't move my hips. I can't. And then, and it's such a weird thing. Like, Nia doesn't want me to dance. Say she doesn't want me to dance. Not like, I can't move my hips. I can't do a body roll. Like who? Like his jargon is so dated.
He thinks he's so funny.
No, I'm aware, and he's not. And he even is yelling, "This is insane. I'm so sick of this crap." And he's being so performative about all of it that even though it comes across very nerdy to me,
hugely nerdy,
right? It doesn't come across. It's just like, oh, bro, shut up. So if I were to describe him as weird, it wouldn't be weird like that guy's creeping me out. Like, it's just weird. Like, oh my God, you're such a dork.
Yeah,
like,
you're such a dork. Like, you're such a nerd. The let's go. The like, oh, like Nia clearly likes it, because I feel like Stephanie's kind of like this. Like Stephanie would like just cheese dick dudes that were like, oh yeah, he gave me a private dance, and I'm like, I would if someone gave me a private dance, I would be like, hey, I'm either laughing my ass off because this is hilarious, or like, get out, this is so skeevy, get out.
It would be the biggest ick of all time.
Yeah, but Nia's
planning one later this evening.
Oh
the original Magic Mike over here,
which would be fun. And the laugh would be, I welcome that. I would be laughing.
Oh, you would be laughing.
I would be. I mean, I would.
I was voted best dancer in high school.
Okay, well.
What up?
As a private dancer? Because those are different dance moves, I think.
That was a different school.
How do you think you got all those votes, Natalie?
Yeah, seriously. Next scene.
Anyway, Nia's clearly into it. I am not into it, but I love for Nia.
I do think she's into it.
She is. She's like, everyone said I had my own like Chippendale.
I had my own Magic Mike, and I was like, I do.
Magic Mike. And I'm like, no, I would be like,
I don't know.
Have him then, you know? And she's like she likes it. So.
No, it's cute if like a guy can dance with you on the dance floor, but I don't need you getting on a pole in the bedroom. The pole's for me.
You want to know something kind of funny that I noticed? And I'm not at all, listen, I swear to God, I am not saying this, but like, it was just weird how the camera tracked it. He was watching the dancers. Maybe it's because he wants to be one.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm sorry. I was like,
he's getting his moves.
I thought that he was like, because the way he was looking at them, I was like, oh my God, are they trying to? Oh God, what is this foreshadowing of? Are you trying to show me? Because you always say there's only this many minutes. If they're showing it to you, it means something. And I'm like, are you trying to tell me that Danny is actually just
No, he was. That's because the foreshadowing was he's going to go up there and be a Magic Mike.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Be one of those dancers.
I might cut this out because we're gonna be like, God, Natalie, not everyone is gay.
Pretty sure they are.
Okay, so then after this, Michelle goes up to Tom, says, I got to get out of here. It's really weird, just like seeing them together. Everyone seems to be having a good time. And then Danny tells Nia, I'd like to have a conversation with Michelle right now, which is, again, like, dude, what? Stop. He can't leave well enough alone. We're, for the first time, one guy's in the hospital right now for the first time in God knows how long. The wheels aren't completely off the bus here. Jesse and Michelle are getting along, where everyone can just let loose and celebrate Zack. The Schwartzapalooza was a shit show.
Yeah.
Even Kristen's in a good mood right now and skinny dipping and whatever the ocean is that they're skinny dipping in. I don't know, the Pacific Ocean. He can't help himself. It's like he just has to stick his finger in it, and it's not touching, can't get mad, not touching, can't stop. Just stop. You're being a child.
I think that he thinks he was such a shoe in on this. I think that he thinks that what happened earlier, where he had that talk where everybody was like, no, it's fine, we don't care, all the things. And then he hears about how the lunch went. He thinks, this just happened. I'm not misremembering this. I didn't black out and don't remember it. Like, I know that this is all, like he believes. Now, I know, I'm not saying I agree. I'm saying he in his mind thinks, they just said this, but they just said this. I know that now. I know she's lying now because they just told me like 30 minutes ago that this isn't a thing. So I got to go tell her. This needs to be on camera. They need to see that this whole thing has been blown out of proportion. Like he thinks he has won the day and he needs it to be documented that like.
Then he's crazy and dumb and idiotic and doesn't have a memory, probably because he drinks too much, because they did not just say, bro, we're cool with you drinking.
I thought they did. So clearly.
I thought they said that too.
They said that. They don't have a problem with his drinking. We've said that. Nobody has a problem with his drinking. The hiding of the drinking and the sneaking and the being weird about it, that's what the conversation was. That's what Zack said. They were talking to Zack the night before, and he was like, no, listen, I have a problem with him hiding it too and lying. He lied about the party. Benji, he drank that party. Yeah, and he told me he did. I have a problem. And that's when Jasmine was like, cool, then you need to tell him that. And he's like, I will. I even said, like, think he's going to do it. He half-assed did it, but this was it. This was it. Them all being like, yo, we don't care if you drink. We all drink. But none of us hide it. You're the only one that kind of sneaks off and hides it and is weird about it, and it happens multiple times. You have multiple instances of weird alcohol behavior. The rest of us have normal alcohol behavior. We get drunk and we scream at each other and act like assholes. That's what you're supposed to do when you get drunk. He gets creepy.
I don't think. I'm sorry. I don't find Danny to be like creepy. Like I as far as I know, there was this one thing
about how he was kind of nerdy. He's nerdy and weird and.
That's not creepy to me. I think that we literally just said that's not, we don't think like, oh God, he's creepy. We just think like, what a geek, like what a dork, what a nerd. God, shut up. You're not funny. This is so
and say, go get daddy a drink. They don't walk up to and smack a girl on the ass.
Mike, if there are more times that this happened,
you're sounding like Amanda when you cheated on me, Kyle.
Yeah, you really are holding on to this one thing that, like, as far as I know, unless I missed something, I have never heard of another instance.
So many things, I think.
Have you heard of another instance where he grabbed someone's ass and?
Well, yes, they've talked about another thing where this has happened. And then, of course, it's coming from Janet, so take that with a grain of salt. But she says it's happened multiple times.
Janet.
I think somebody else has said it too.
Did they hear it from Janet?
Probably. My point is, when he gets drunk, he's creepy. This bar scene was creepy. The not dancing was creepy. And then the Nia of it all is like, she told him not to dance because people feel uncomfortable. Was that a joke?
I didn't understand any of like the dancing. I didn't understand it. A lot of this party scene.
Well, it was the Michelle. Like it was. Michelle was like, "Oh, you make people feel." He makes everyone feel uncomfortable. Nia was like, "That's not true. That's not fair." That happened when they went out and ate, right? And so clearly Nia told Danny that, and then they brought it up again or whatever
when
at the party.
Dances. That's what I don't understand. Where did the dancing thing come from?
I think it's more along the lines of anytime he gets drunk and gets he's gesticulating, he's yelling, he's got a real piercing tone to his voice when he's drunk. I think it's a culmination of all of those things. And by the way, pull out any one of those things and those are annoying attributes, right? Yeah. Especially if someone's drunk doing that stuff. A sloppy, drunk, not good dancer is just like, oh God, stop. It's just annoying. Be a adult and either just like fun, do the, what is it when Harry Met Sally, do the white man's overbite.
Yeah.
And have a good time. Like you're making everything so you're so extra with everything. Yeah. And the real wacky thing for me that I don't know, this to me, every adult should just know, if you want to have a clear and good conversation that is going to result in hopefully mending a fence or getting to a better place in your relationship with someone, you don't have it drunk. So for Danny, this is why he does have disordered drinking, because if you don't realize that you are out of yourself, you are intoxicated, then I know when I'm buzzed. I know when and I'm not trying to go and have some very serious conversation with someone. You are a father of 4 children. Why would you, you are an adult, you are a homeowner, you are a husband, you have a career. Why on God's green earth would you think it's a good idea to have a conversation that is serious in nature because you know what they all think of you?
Yeah.
Drunk.
Yeah.
That is just, that is so dumb. Yeah.
I know why.
Why?
Because you're a drunk.
This is why he has disordered drinking. I'm not diagnosing him as an alcoholic, but I am saying you've got disordered drinking.
You think he's an alcoholic?
I don't know. So many people are going to be like, technically the definition of SA and alcoholism and whatever the hell the 47 other terms are. He's drunk. I call him a drunk. When I grew up, that was a drunk. A dude who just can't handle his alcohol and is abusive and weird and aggressive and annoying and nerdy and grabby and all the things that he is. That's a drunk. Where I come from.
I hope that 5 other women come out and say he did the same thing to me, and then we can write him off easily. I'll be done with him.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Please come forward. If this has happened to you or someone you know, please come forward, because I don't like as much as I hate so many characters on TV, I always say I love when someone is so clearly, obviously something, like there is no arguing it, there's no surprises here. I don't know if this has ever happened besides this time, and until someone tells me otherwise, and not Janet.
Who was telling the story about him at BravoCon or at another bar with the girls that were fans?
I don't know.
Fanning out.
No.
He was on this show.
Probably fan it.
I think
She's one with the fans.
So after this, Janet is talking to Michelle, saying, everyone's looking at her like she has these judgy eyes, and he just don't act weird about the Danny stuff. Jesse, Luke, and Danny end up dancing on the balcony because Lacy goes over to Danny and basically says, Jesse wants you to dance with him, and if you do, maybe I'll marry him one day, which was whether he should or should not be doing this, she's clearly being a sweet wing woman to her boo.
We're skipping over the part that made me hand the keys, if I had them, to Lacy, is when Danny was like, oh, I can't dance. She won't let me dance. And she was like, it cut to Lacy's interview, and she was like, you can't dance? Is that what he just said? It's giving Footloose. And the producer she's hilarious and smart, funny.
Yeah.
And the producer's like, what do you mean? And she was like, that was Footloose. You weren't allowed to dance. It was illegal to dance. What are you talking about? She just kind of railed him a little bit about are you serious?
She didn't say that to him. She said it in the confessional.
That's what I said.
She also, I don't think,
was
was railing him. I think she was just making
not railing him in a bad way,
bit and being so Footloose.
I don't mean like that, railing him. I just mean she was giving him a little, she was giving him some shit, in a friendly way.
Yeah. I thought okay, it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. After this, Zack and Benji arrive, and he does look like he just had a facelift, or Brittany after her chin liposuction. That was it was a pretty iconic look. I need someone to make a gif out of that for me. Nat, you've been deployed. Then poor Brittany's she real tipsy. She's showing pictures of Cruz to the bartender. He's just as sweet as pudding pie it's ever been pudding pied. And then Kristen comes over, and Brittany's...
Well, you really took that like a man. She said pudding twice.
It's funny. I didn't even realize it because I was thinking
maybe
of something
if you put
else.
it with an accent, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't really paying attention.
And I wasn't
now
doing
you've
that to
said
get
it
you.
3 times.
I genuinely forget because it is a strong word to be triggered by. Janet.
The thing she said, sorry, that when Zack showed up with this thing, and she was like, "Oh, that looked like my thing when I got my chin lipo," and she's like, "I wore it better." That made me laugh.
Yeah,
that's the one I was like, "All right, you got it."
She did wear it better. She did.
Oh, 100%. She had a little bow on her.
Yeah, it's very cute. And then Kristen comes over and is like, hey, are you okay? Because she can see she's getting into the sads, the blues, the blues. And I will give credit where credit is due. Brittany said, I'm fine. Like, don't want to get into it because she knows it's Zach's birthday. I don't want to blow up the night. And also, I'm a little junkies. After that, they get into the bus and Danny goes to lay in the back. This is, I would break up with this person. I could never be with someone who acted this way ever. You do this one time. And I'm like, well, nice knowing you. Smell you later.
Who, Danny?
Yeah.
I'm so excited first of all, the last time he did this, a whole public statement, a whole public apology went out the next day. I have a feeling we'll be waking up to another public apology.
Of course he will, because that's Danny's bag.
He's good at apologizing.
He just apologized. I'm just going to apologize. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to do it. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to do it. Apologize.
Listen,
doesn't matter.
They
Apologies
did not
don't matter.
do him. This is, again, I'm making an observation. How lucky for Danny and Nia together. They could have, I imagine this has been going on for probably since the beginning that they met. Like I don't know how you
this is
grow
not new
into
behavior.
that. Yeah, this is learned behavior. He's watched people his whole life. I assume talk to women this way or dad talks. I don't know what his family's like. I don't know, but like it's so over, like it's so out of style that like it's got to be ingrained in you somehow, some way. So how lucky they are both, because they do love each other very much. I think that their relationship is built on a solid foundation. I think that they are together for a reason. I think that they will make it through this. I don't have any, listen, the biz does funny things to couples. So like, who knows with that element in it, I can't say. Aside from that, I think that they are meant to be and we'll get through this fine. I think that it is incredibly lucky that this early in their relationship with the babies this young right now, they have a show that has decided, I think, for the first time to show this and let him hear it. Let him sit next to her and hear himself speak this way to her. Let him watch her spend her entire vacation having to basically just defend everything and baby him. But on top of that, defend him. She can't go shopping. She can't have a lunch without it being a whole thing.
I didn't even think of that. That's brutal, man.
Yeah. And they get to, this is a gift that won't feel like it right now, Danny, but this is a gift. Like how many people get to have a show where you can watch yourself live your life over a 3-month span and like, I mean, people talk about like, oh God, I didn't know my voice sounded that way. Like I never knew I talked this way. I never knew my teeth went this way, like until I started doing this. It's not really helpful. Like nothing I can do about it, but that an orthodontist isn't going to have to get involved with. But like, this is a changeable thing. This is a fixable thing that if you hear yourself and you have a heart and you are a good person at all, you are going to recognize, I don't want to do this. I don't want to act that way to you. I don't want to treat you like this. I don't want to hear myself. I'm sick to my stomach listening to myself. I hope and pray that that is what comes from this experience.
Me too. But just shit on it, Mike. It's okay.
No. I think that would be fantastic. It's what I was saying. Like, I don't know if it's true, but it's what I was alluding to is like, oh, did Brittany maybe watch herself and not drink this much or this season as much because last year was such a disaster? Jesse, same. But at what point does Nia not say prior to the cameras, prior to season 3 where they finally let your secret out? At what point does she say, "Excuse me, I would appreciate it if you didn't speak to me like this"? Because she seems like she what?
Remember when they were doing the drag thing and she was like, "Please don't speak to me that way." It's
perfect. So you think that's the first time she's ever said that to him?
No, I think she said it multiple times.
Right?
But I think what Nat's saying is you see it outside of the person who's always telling you, and you see it for yourself.
Someone can tell you over and over. You said this to me last night. I have a feeling that Danny's like, I didn't fucking say that to you. Like, I just imagine him being like, I didn't. Nia, I don't know.
Wife?
Like, what?
Your wife?
Oh,
like you're that person?
Yeah, 100%. I think it happens the most in intimate relationships that the other person's like, I didn't say that. You heard it wrong. That's not what I meant. Like, I think you give no B at the D to your sig other in situations like that.
That stuff all the time. Like, listen, we are the epitome of no, that's not what happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a camera up.
But I don't.
No, if
I
only you had
don't.
one.
I do not. Neither of us speak to each other like that. Where if I spoke to Natalie the way Danny speaks to Nia, and she said to me like. It wasn't a like, well, this is what I heard and I understand it this way and you're not seeing it from my point. It was, bro, you spoke to me like a piece of shit, degrading. What's that one? The other one where the men think they're the boss? Misogynistic.
That's cute.
Yeah, listen, like I said, not perfect.
Thanks,
just those not my vibes. But like, if that was a thing. Maybe the first time I'm like, I don't, but then the next time and the next time, like, we think this has been going on for a while, right? We all agree with what you just said. So, and we all trust Nia. We all love Nia. She's 3rd-degree black belt, has dealt with a lot in her life, has overcome it, became Miss USA or what. Like, this chick can fucking party, right? So she's not putting up with this shit, but yet she is putting up with it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for Danny to see it, and I get what you're saying, but like, this seems different. This isn't a misunderstanding. This is abusive. It's verbally abusive, and if Nia's saying that kind of thing, and you're not listening to your partner, that's not normal. That's not a normal thing. That's not a simple misunderstanding or a men are from Mars, women are from Venus type shit. That's a problem. That's a big, huge problem that ends marriages.
There are other problems that are very similar that might not come off as bad, but they lead you to the same place of miscommunication and non-communicating, completely communicating two different things all the time. One is just a lot harsher on the ears because it's like, no, you talk to me that way. There is no arguing it. And now you've heard it. You and I can go back and forth for an entire day and have completely different arguments and be like, this guy's crazy. This bitch is crazy. You don't say bitch, but like,
this lovely lady is crazy.
Yeah. And we are like right now, like, listen, we are very derailed right now because we don't have time to like have the conversations that like we need to have because we're just flying by the seat of our pants trying to like work and get to a place where we can finally go away somewhere so that we're not having a big argument in now what is our workplace. Like it's a situation here. Like things cannot, like we're strong enough to where we know like it's going to be fine, but we got to get over this hump soon and get out of here and spend some time figuring out how to have all the 7 conversations that we've tried to have, but don't ever have time to finish. Or it's like 3 a.m. I got to go to bed, like, or whatever it is, or you got to go to bed because he has to go to work at 7 or whatever time.
Because you don't go to bed.
But because I work at night.
You take naps.
I would love to take more than a nap. And that's another thing. We're going to get there. It's all a part of the, like, we see some light at the end of the tunnel. Father,
and also with you.
I was laughing the other day as I think it's so funny because I never remember what the responses are, but I know that ain't the response to this one.
No,
but
I know that's why I think it's so funny.
Yeah, and then Mary Ayaka said like I said it with Courtney.
It's so great.
And I literally sometimes I'm like, oh God, what is the one that you say to Father hear our prayer? I had to Google it because like there's a million of them and they change over the years too. There's really like traditional ones, and then like in just the last 10 years they've changed like half of them.
Yeah, I haven't been to church in a million years, but I went when I was home for Gianni's graduation, and they were saying stuff. I'm like, you got a new script?
Yeah, you got a new script.
Okay. Yeah. Writer said this isn't hitting. Let's go back. Let's punch this up. Wait,
there's only one. Rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub.
Yay, God. Oh my God, when I was little, I heard a prayer to say before tests, and I would always say before test, and it was, now I lay me down to study. I pray the Lord I won't go nutty. If I should fail to learn this junk, I pray the Lord I will not flunk. But if I do, don't pity me at all. Just lay my bones in the study hall. Then pile my books upon my chest and tell my teacher I did my best. So now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, that's one less test I'll have to take.
Oh my
Which is kind of cute.
No, it is cute, but how you remember that whole thing.
Natalie, you know there's something unwell here. But wait, we were saying, there was this guy who was so funny during, like, right as the pandemic ended. You know how now all of a sudden we're going to be face to face with people with no masks anymore? And so he did this whole like blooper reel of him talking to people. And obviously he was just talking to the camera, but he would say all of these random things. And then someone was like, he's like, that's so, and also with you. And I just, it's the greatest thing. So now I've just been waiting to insert it anywhere I can. So thank you for making my dreams come true. We were talking about Danny seeing himself, but you were saying something else before.
Yes. Like those, that is really cutting communication, but there's other really horrible, just as harmful.
Yes. Like I know I have been in situations with like people that I date and they shut down. And for me, that's torture. That's almost like, you know, I always reference like the cat and mouse thing where it's like, just kill the mouse. Don't just with it because it's even like, just put it out of its misery. And for me, who's such a communicator, one might say, I think someone did in the comments last week, an over communicator, which it is. I am who I am. Cake is baked. Sourdough's baked. I don't know what to tell you. But that was torturesome to me because that's immovable. I don't know how to get through to you, get in there and have a conversation. So someone might, and I'm not saying one is better or worse. I'm just saying there's different forms of, I don't know if abuse is the right term and I don't want to misterm something, but like there's just different ways to be hurtful in relationships. And I think the cold shoulder, icing someone out, being verbally abusive to someone, like all of these ways can just chip away at things.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful for what you're hopeful for. And I think Mike, I think our town curmudgeon can agree that it would be nice if he saw this stuff and was like, shit, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Like I gotta do something. Cause I do think I don't know whether they stay together or not. I do think they really love each other. I think they got together because they were genuinely in love. They decided to have children because they wanted to create a family together. And I hope they can heal their stuff because also she's got, you know, I know she has spoken up for herself, but I want both of them to get to a place where they feel safe in the relationship, like not the over mothering and all that stuff from her. Cause that's gotta be exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love Nia. But
no. So do I. I think that Nia is probably a reaction to him. I think it's all his fault, and whatever she's doing is just like it's because she doesn't have like this is just how she deals with it because now she just is a mother 24,000 hours a day, and so then it just turns into him. And I guess the running joke is that he is the fifth child, you know. So it's like not just her; it's like everyone sees that she just has one more kid to deal with. So she's treating him as such because there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything exactly how they should be done.
And I totally agree with you that it's a reaction to him. And that's why I keep saying they're having like there's circular arguments going on within their relationship, within the castmates, like what they're all fighting about.
I'm telling you, like I just think like what a gift to have 3 months a year where like it's just you as a person are documented. Yeah. And the more honest that this production is with showing it all, like the better off the entire cast will be. Like they could get some serious growth if you do show it all. Like how I am convinced that they knew who Amanda was this whole time because you don't get that way overnight, and not making her confront that. It did her such a disservice. She is now, however old she is, divorced and has learned, I think, nothing from her marriage. How do you learn nothing from a 10-year relationship?
They've almost taken the place, Bravo's taken the place of bad parenting.
Yes.
It's like parents who let their kids get away with shit like the Batulas clearly have done.
You just give her $10 for the vending machine.
Yeah, or
whatever.
Go away. Just whatever. However you do it. Like Amanda clearly didn't turn out with any discipline at all, or any kind of repercussion or like consequence or like any acknowledgement that like
there were no ramifications.
No ramifications, like fact, nothing.
They praised her. She's been held up as this martyr, as this queen, and like, and now they're showing it all. How unfair is that? And I don't feel bad for her. I'm just saying, you could have helped her out if she was, a part of your show for this long.
But listen, in the same way that we were like, oh, I think you said it or somebody said it was like, Frank, this is the time Frank needs to take his kid back and be like, all right, we maybe up, but we're going to change it right now, young lady.
I'm moving it.
Yeah, like this isn't cutting it anymore. You're giving the Batulas and that. They're calling us Batuglia. The dude down by the beach is calling us Batuglias. So I think that maybe that's Bravo's version of that.
Yeah.
Like Frank's not doing it. So maybe Bravo's finally like, you know what? I'm laughing. This is not happening. That being said, maybe Bravo's like, maybe we should show these people what they really like and see if they'll grow. I can't even get the whole sentence out. That's not what's happening.
It'd be nice, though.
It would be nice. That would be nice. That's what's happening in Courtney's perfect world that none of us get to live in.
You're all invited.
We're invited, but it doesn't exist.
She lives there.
She doesn't. She lives in hell with me.
It's made awesome.
No, she lives with me. Commies?
Oh, are we finally done?
Well, not until we do
4
the
hours
commies.
later.
Does anyone not think it was weird that Michelle went topless right in front of Jesse and Lacy sitting right there?
So wild. That dress, like the skinny dipping, fine. Just popping your jumps out with the boop in the bus full of thing is so weird.
She's just looking.
She's searching. She's on a journey.
Yeah.
She's the last conversation that she had with Jesse, weird. Real conversation was just the two of them sitting down. She was crying. And she's like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I think there's just so much emotion flooding through her because it's finally you are divorced. You've reached the end of this, but then finally you are a divorced woman. And I don't think that that's like a bad stigma. I'm not saying it like that. I just mean, okay, that thing that you were pouring so much energy into to get to the end of it, that race is over. What is your next race? My next
your
race
mom's
is
gone now too, so you don't have you can't even take care of her anymore. Like you got it. It's only you. You got to get up as you every day now.
Not true.
Oh, you got the kid.
Yeah, so maybe don't pop your jums out on the party bus in Mexico.
I forgot about the kid.
By the way, I shake them if you got them. I don't care, but if you're popping them out and they're fine. There's nothing like I'm fine with women showing their tits wherever.
Totally, but just maybe not to your
I'm
ex-husband
the
and
most
his new
fine out of all
girlfriend.
three of us with chicks showing their boobs. Trust.
And then she
But
goes,
like,
"Oh, are they out?"
Yeah, come on.
You didn't feel that
That's
breeze?
Next
Like-
level, dude.
I just
They're
mean-
bonking on people's heads with camera crews. Like that's like fine. Show your jumps. The girl's gone wild. Like you made a mistake. I'm sorry. They're showing your jumps to your buddies, and they're showing your jumps to the camera guy. Those are two different jump shows.
And your ex-husband and his girlfriend.
But that's just not it. The cameras, like, yes, but also no. No cameras, jumps out, fucking weird, but like, whatever.
No.
Cameras, jumps.
Cameras,
now,
yes, of course.
next
But
level
also
jumps.
the ex-husband and the new girlfriend, like that's a whole other
Yes,
level of
weird.
like, y'all got some shit to work out over here. I don't know.
I'm not saying that this is like, oh my God, this is her greatest moment on the show. I'm just saying I see how she got here. And like in time, she'll realize like, oh, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And she could have done way worse things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If this is her like sowing her wild oats, like
Yeah.
if I have a nip out,
Yeah.
I don't care. I have, who has their commies?
Go for it, bro.
Okay.
Wait, also, I just want to say this one thing.
We're never ending.
God,
this
I
this
know
episode.
there
no,
is
seriously, you should've
something
started.
about. Well, it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Thank God. Go.
Okay,
quick.
I got it. Laurel McKellips. Sorry, Laurel McKellips said accusing a friend of a crime on national TV changes friendships and the friend group dynamic.
Listen,
I can't think.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I pulled this comment too. I know it's a serious comment. I read it 15 times and could not stop laughing. I just said that first sentence.
Oh, but I think she's right.
Yeah.
Well, she's 100% right.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a serious comment, but it was one
just
of those
got you.
times where
Hit your funny
somebody
bone.
said something serious and you're like the kid in the back that's giggling.
Yeah.
When someone's like, well, yeah, whatever. You've got a dude, like, whatever. When someone says doo-doo,
Yeah.
then and someone,
There's
I'm the
things
kid in
that
the
you
back
do,
that's like,
that voodoo, that you do so well.
yeah. And then
Okay.
I'm always the guy that's like, you just said doo-doo.
Anyway,
It's that thing.
I can't think of a scenario where it wouldn't. It blows my mind that Janet is incapable of understanding that concept. Girl, same. And then Abundantly Kina said, Janet is not their friend. That's why she doesn't care. She was happy to humiliate him and potentially destroy his life. And I think that was that full circle right there.
Yeah.
This comment was really great. It was also from Laurel McPhillips. She said, I've invested much time and research in this topic, spent almost 30 years in human resources, and was an LTR with, and I don't know what LTR is. Does anyone? With chief of police? Sounds something fancy. That's important. And it says, based on Jasmine's description and lack of evidence outside of witness testimony, this is not definitively
long-term relationship with the chief of police.
Thank you. This is not definitively a crime and stating that defamation. I'm not defending Danny's drunk, poor behavior, but also feel it's important to be fully educated before publicly calling someone a criminal on national television. I hope Danny gets his drinking under control. And honestly, the show could have been 3 hours shorter if I just read that comment at the top, because that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
All that glitters was on fire. She had so many good comments. All that glitters said, I do feel like Danny does have a problem with Janet's choice of words, and overpowering the whole conversation. And Stacey Johnson said, if Danny has a problem with the entire group, then the entire group has a drinking problem, because all of them get drunk and make asses of themselves. And we keep going back and forth about this.
But that's not a drinking problem. Like, getting wasted and being a dumb kid is not a drinking problem necessarily. Maybe when you're late 30, early 40s, it could be considered one.
Because they're not kids.
But like, they're just, with the exception of Jesse and Danny and Jax, has anyone been abusive? Has anyone been hiding their alcohol? Has anyone gotten drunk and been like just fucking mean and abusive? Or have they just been dumb and drunk and fighting and like friends being drunk? Do you know what I mean?
love Zack. Zack sometimes walks the line.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Travis had a huge problem with Zack last week for yelling at Jasmine, which I just thought, like, I didn't really think anything of it.
I didn't either.
But I understand. I mean, I could go back to what I was saying, like, oh, these are the same things. If we're going to be pissed at one person, we can't.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I also, when he was yelling at Brittany, I loved it, because I just felt like Brittany was like, just so lazy. Brittany just goes and lays down and goes, she's right. And then Zach's like, get your ass out here and say it to my face.
I did love that.
Or it's so many words.
Yeah. Mary Ayeka Kent said, Nia said on Watch What Happens Live that Danny was drinking a White Claw upstairs because they were all playing beer pong up there and everybody knew he had a White Claw, so he wasn't sneaking it. And he said no about the White Claw because he wasn't sneaking it. They all saw him drinking it. The only time he snuck a drink was at Zach's house, and he lied about that. And
it's not true. He lied about drinking twice because he lied about the White Claw.
No, she's saying he didn't lie about the White Claw.
No, but he did lie about the White Claw. If what Nia is saying is true, Danny lied about the White Claw, because they were asking him, well, did you drink? Did you take the White? And he's like, what? No, I can't believe what? No, I didn't do that. But he did. They were upstairs playing beer pong with White Claws, right? So why hide that?
He was playing beer pong with
My
White
point
Claws.
is that
So then who was he hiding it from?
when they confronted him about the can that they found upstairs,
Yeah.
he said no, that wasn't him, that he didn't drink. He didn't take a White Claw upstairs. And they did the flashback of him walking by with the White Claw and going upstairs
Okay.
by himself. And now Nia's saying,
Oh, I thought you just said he wanted to go play beer pong.
Nia's...
I'm just going to read the comment, and then you can say what you want so it's not confusing. Mary Ayeka Kent said, Nia said on Watch What Happens Live that Danny was drinking a White Claw upstairs because they were all playing beer pong up there and everybody knew he had a White Claw. So he wasn't sneaking it. And he said no about the White Claw because he wasn't sneaking it. They all saw him drink it. The only time he snuck a drink was at Zach's house, and he lied about that, which I'm glad they called him out on. That's what Mary said.
Yeah, and I'm going to go so far to say, like, I don't think he was really sneaking anything, because he was doing it in front of a kitchen of people, and anyone could just look over and see him. I think that he did not look like a guy to me who really gave a shit if he got caught or not. So like, if I'm sneaking something and I don't want anyone to know about it, then I'm doing it like you are not. I'm going to go out in the garage and get a warm White Claw and just slam it out there, because no one. That's how important it is to me.
Yeah.
I think that he is doing what Nia is telling him to do, keep it on the low, and almost kind of hoping that someone does see him because he doesn't really want to be keeping it on the low because he feels like he's kowtowing to a group of people that he doesn't like anyways. So that's how I feel about this sneaking thing. And I think people are catching on to it. Like, if he really was trying to sneak something, he would do. Wouldn't any of us do a better job at sneaking something?
I mean, I certainly would.
I would.
Sharon Griffith said Jasmine had Danny and Nia at their wedding. So clearly she has moved on, which we've mentioned and couldn't agree more. Abundantly Kina also said Janet's archetype is the performative activist or quote unquote virtue signaler. That's a tough word to say. She latches onto a trending high profile issue and weaponizes it for moral superiority. I feel like that's kind of accurate. Oh my God, I did not realize this, but Laurel, I clearly am obsessed with you. I grabbed 800 of your comments.
She has really good ones.
Here's another banger from Laurel McPhillips. Where do you live? Do you live in LA? Do you want to come to the show with us? Everyone has their own feelings on what type of behavior is offensive to them. When I listen to Jasmine speak about the incident, to me, it sounds like a friend who drank too much and thought he was being funny. Once he was told how it was received, he apologized with no excuses. Jasmine's emotions seem to come from a long history of others not respecting her relationship in the same way a male-female relationship is respected. And that, whether you agree with the first part of what she's saying, that second thing is where I think time and time again, Jasmine's message gets lost.
Yeah. Because
she will have a great point, but it's maybe not directly related to where she started out in the conversation. And it's not about the Danny drinking and the whatever. It's maybe more of a point that I don't think you guys look at us as we are in like a real committed lifelong relationship. I think you think we're just like two chicks hooking up or something or that. And so I think she, not just in this situation, I think she's done it a few times this season where it's like, oh, now I get what she's saying, but I did not get that in the moment. She's not a great arguer sometimes. LL Nut said Zack's delivery was lacking, but he's not wrong. The droning on of this storyline is insufferable and making me not want to watch this show. Is nothing else going on in anyone else's life? We're with you. Zan said, I'm tripping out that Jasmine was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And she was? That is a no joke job. I had no idea that she was such a good dancer or athlete. Did you guys know this?
I could have been a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else knew it. That's all I got.
Pat Clark. I don't know which is more fun, me watching you guys being drunk or me being drunk watching you guys. I'm missing Natalie's laugh when she's drunk, but you're making me laugh my ass off. Oh, Pat.
Pat, we got to sync up so that we're drunk and you're drunk at the same time. That'll be a real hoot.
Oh, wait. Oh, man. Can you get drunk on a new pacemaker? Probably not going to be able to get drunk for a minute, Pat.
What
How
about
do you
weed?
know?
We'll be
Gummies.
ready. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm asking.
I don't think that one has anything to do with the
I am
other.
going to
Let us
find
know,
out.
Pat. We'll pour one out. Joe Schmo, Kristen's FOMO is starting to overshadow her postpartum. I thought that was funny. Tracy Dunbar, Nia being a black belt explains her utmost patience, actually. Totally does. And then Johnny, of course, with the bangers. Lala is a pink belt, and she's going to kick that ass. Emily L. Poor Schwartzy. He was so stoked for an epic birthday, and instead seemed to be looking around like, what have I gotten myself into with these people? I think it was more the second episode that everyone was screaming and being crazy pants. But wow. And yeah, I definitely think Tom is having that question pop through his head. There's a lot of people in the comments that mentioned that Tom is from Minnesota, because I'm on my little kick about like, I just need something else. He's just acting a little spineless and a little just weird. And everyone's like, oh, he's from Minnesota. And that's kind of like a Minnesota thing, is to be super uber nice. And it's totally true. And it reminded me of a video I watched, like a meme. I don't know if it was a meme. It was a video on Instagram or something. But it was people at a lake in Minnesota. And the guy was backing the boat down the dock, the guy was backing the boat down the boat ramp. And the one dude was like, whoa, a little to the left. And the rest of the people just kind of looked back at him. And the camera's like from back here watching, and they're like, "Whoa, easy, guy. And he's like, what? And they're like, well, it's just a little rough. He's just trying to get the boat in the water. And like he did it. It wasn't mean at all. It was just a lot nice.
Yeah.
And so it was aggressive.
Yeah.
And when I read those comments, I was like, okay, that explains Tom.
Yeah.
100% perfectly to me now.
Oh.
And just so you know, you cannot drink post-operative on a pacemaker.
How long?
You got to heal up, and then you can drink.
Bummer.
Get some Wheaties.
Yeah.
Wheaties?
Weed.
Oh, I thought you meant like the cereal.
Not Wheaties,
What?
Wheaties. I know it sounded weird.
JT, postpartum is hard. So this is kind of the thing I kept thinking about, and thank you for saying this and answering it. Because just the whole like, I'm not even sure if Kristen knows she's just hating on Luke so much sometimes. Postpartum is hard, especially when you're in it. I wasn't able to even know I was postpartum until I was out of it. It's the wildest, most enraging, pissy time of my life. Well, at least prior to menopause. God bless my husband. And yes, double down on God bless your husband and everyone else who just, I guess, understands that that's a crazy time. And you don't even understand that it's crazy time.
Is there a peptide that puts off menopause?
Hormones.
Oh.
Well, that eases the stuff, the symptoms.
I feel like someone's going to come out with something where like women can just have babies forever at a certain
That'd be
point.
great.
I feel like that's coming.
They're going to start. They're going to need to because there's not going to be any more people in about 100 years.
I just read a thing today. I'm sorry that the women in their 40s have, for the first time ever, surpassed. They're having more babies than women in their 20s or something like that.
I've read this, and it's
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and it's getting like old. Well, evolution's a crazy thing, right? So like the body adapts.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was reading something similar.
Yeah. Also, you can't afford it in your 20s now. You have to literally wait until you're in your 40s.
That's right.
And really just cross your fingers.
And everything will work out.
Yeah.
And if not, you've amassed enough life skills to like kill and hunt, and you're fine. You'll make it with your kid.
L. Diggity, this is one of them. As a fellow Minnesotan, I definitely think Tom's got some classic Minnesotan conflict aversion. Doesn't excuse it though. LOL, Party of Schwartz. L. Diggity, Party of Schwartz.
Oh,
Do you have them?
Shit. Oh.
Listen.
Lee Armstrong is one.
Yeah, we might have missed one. Lee Armstrong. Also, did not realize, because she was like, I'm a little concerned I'm not on the POS list. And I'm like, we have a piece of shit list? Why would you be on it, Lee? We love you.
Yeah.
And then I realized that she didn't want to be on the piece of shit list. She wanted to be on the Party of Schwartz list. So
That is kind of hilarious, though, that the acronym is
the
POS.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, listen, everyone. So we got Lee and we have who?
we've got L. Diggity,
Okay.
91.
We're gonna wait till next week to update our thing because we want to make sure there's other people on the dock waiting for the boat.
We have so many people.
I know we had a shitload last week. I'm running out of space.
Well,
So yeah, we'll do that next week. I promise.
Jen O'Toole, also parts of Tom's family eventually moved to Florida, but Tom is from Minnesota. In fact, he grew up less than 5 minutes from where I live now. So Jen O'Toole, Minnesotan.
Thanks, Jen.
That's why she got all that good advice. Don Flout. Oh, man.
What?
Don, I'm going to leave out the first sentence because these two get a little sassy when it happens a lot, and it is Don Flout. ... I live in Orlando. Smackdown should be allowed for both parents and the kids. Everyone is overly excited before they even get off the plane. I get it, but ugh. And I got to hand it to you, Don, because I left out the parents. And the parents should also get beat to shit in Orlando. And somebody was like, oh, Orlando people, Mike, you're not... There's nothing to do with the people of Orlando. The people of Orlando, nice people. The people that go to Orlando get crazy. The kids go crazy. They turn crazy. Those are the people I was referring to.
When you said
Not Orlando people.
Wapow,
Pow!
you just did it so great.
Yeah.
I was listening to it the other day, and I laughed out loud, and I was here. I knew it was coming.
Bam.
I feel like you've been saying that ever since the dude that is good friends with my dad was telling us the story about how he had to beat those two guys' ass when they were talking shit to his wife or something. Oh, wapow!
Oh, well, pow.
You want me to
there,
kick,
well, pow.
you want to get your ass kicked in front of your kids or in private? he didn't take me seriously, so wapow!
Well, pow.
I love a wapow.
It's the best. You got to do a wapow once in your life.
Yeah.
Just here for the videos. I know there's a smiley crying laughy emoji face in the beginning of this, but it's one of those things that's like funny but not funny. Just here for the videos. The bar for men is so low. It really is. And if you watch our Southern Charm episodes, you'll hear me talk about that a lot.
It's part of why I stopped wearing makeup on the pod. Like I'll put a little blush on, a little under eye concealer, but like I'm not slacking shit on because I love you. But I looked over and I'm like, he gets to wear a baseball cap and a t-shirt, and I'm here just clip eyelashes and shit everywhere. I'm like, this is for the birds.
You don't think I'd get ready?
No.
You don't think I'd do stuff?
No, I'm here when it happens.
Yeah,
no.
you won't, like, even when I go, are you going to do, or if I say anything, you go, I can't believe you would bring that up right before a show. Well, that's the time you'd bring it up when you're getting ready for a show, no?
You guys are funny. Just because you guys don't like the way I look makes you think I don't do anything before this. I sit down.
Oh my God. That's not what I mean.
No.
I mean, you're not putting foundation on, contouring, putting on mascara, liquid eyeliner.
Put on gel in your hair. You won't even do, like, you get very put out by even the suggestion of it many times.
I've had gel in my hair for weeks now.
Me too.
No one's even noticed it.
We have both.
You're literally telling me that I don't do it.
Because you go through long stretches of time where you just decide no.
Okay, let's get back to the
Oh
comment.
my God. You can't, listen, what I wish, actually, I should do a compilation of all the times that you go, you guys are funny. How many times, when is it you and not us? Like, or are we just these two silly hoes that just have all these ideas and have a fantastical reality and just make shit up and.
I don't know. Whatever.
I just meant it like guys have it really easy and they can shit, shower, and shave, as my dad said. And I was putting on all this crap and I was like, no, I'm normalizing a face, a lady's face.
Lady face. All that glitters. I do feel like Danny does have a problem, but Janet's choice of words overpowered the whole conversation, which I think is a common theme. It's kind of not what you said, but how you said it. Partial arts black belt. I have 3 kids, and honestly, if my spouse wanted to go party in the first 3 months, especially within the first, I would be angry too. Compound that with postpartum, and I'm not a fan of blaming Kristen. If he is continually trying to live his best life behind the scenes while she's hanging by a thread, resentment can build. And in the thick of it, I was even jealous of my husband who got to go to work and eat lunch in peace. It's very hard to adjust to being a first-time mom and sleeping in spurts. Every little task feels so hard, even just getting in a daily shower. My husband, without prompting, even stopped playing soccer to be home and help as much as he could. Way to go, dude. Yes, you should tend to your marriage first, but not in those first few months. It's about the baby and the mom healing and the parents learning to care for their child. But I just thought it was a nice story, especially about your hubby, but also just kind of what they're dealing with. Okay. I knew we had a couple, but this one is just straight up in the handle. Raptastic.
Oh, no.
You ready?
Tell me when it's
you
done.
got unplugged? Moto Coco. Is Travis's handle misspelled?
It is.
It was. It was misspelled.
This whole time.
Wait, stop.
What?
Wait, Travis he misspelled Showmance or Travis?
No, I misspelled his Instagram handle. I think that people were trying to go find him on Instagram, and then someone finally wrote back, "Is this the right handle?" And I was
Moto
like, "Yeah."
Coco.
And then I looked at it, and I went to Instagram, and I'm like, "Oh God!" Travis never even noticed.
Dude, Travis hasn't watched a single one of our shows.
How many dates was Travis gonna get, and that he didn't get?
Oh,
Dude, how many? The Travis Huber mensch who can't spell, stacked with dates right now.
Yeah.
Oh, what an idiot.
He's probably like, I don't know what I did, but suddenly all these girls are thinking I'm so great.
Yeah. And they think I'm on a podcast? The last couple you picked them. So what do you say? Great minds, I guess.
Yeah. Guys, we did it.
Should we
4
do another
hours?
one?
Yeah. You got some scandal news for us, Nat? You want us to do any news?
I would rather die.
4 hours and 15 minutes. We did it, Joe.
I know. I need some help with the
Period. I need some help
with the news stuff. I feel like people should start sending me, sending in stuff that they want to hear discuss, because I miss some stuff, you know.
Totally. And I feel like our show hosts are very they have their finger on the pulse of a lot of stuff that we don't.
Yeah.
And Fishing Gal had said, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I sent that in because it worked y'all. I mean, when I say y'all, I mean me up so much. And I was like, don't be sorry. You were just being a show ho.
Yeah.
Doing show ho things.
Yeah.
And like Shannon Fall hit me up and be like, did you see this? Mary Ayeka will be like, well, these are my thoughts on something. I'm like, she should have said that. So I just feel like,
I know.
listen, until we can hire you, hire you, just if you could keep sending us in things, that would be great.
I know. I actually had stuff.
Interns.
I know. Yeah. I
Show
had
how
some.
interns.
I want to start playing some of Mary's voice notes.
They're so good.
Because they're really good, and her voice is so soothing.
Oh my God, I know. Honestly, like I want you to read me a bedtime story.
So McFix, she sent me a voice note. I had never heard her voice before.
I need to
And
hear it.
I
You gotta
was
play it
like,
for me.
Oh wow! I was like, your voice is like orange, warm light, like a mimosa. I don't know how I described it. I think I was really tired. It was probably a lot of rambling. Yeah, but it was really good.
Oh, McFix, slide into my DMs with a voice note. I'd like to hear that mimosa verbal bourbon, as Shane used to call his voice.
Yeah.
And then we started saying Lefty had a verbal purbin. A little purr. He's the best. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I don't know what my cat's